streaming live video, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. And, of course, everything you want and everything you need. So I try to get my video fixed. On ESPN, Wisconsin's all-new, all-redesigned, all-free app had multiple people bring up the Spotify technical issues. I got some information about that while I was getting ready for the game last night. We are working to get that
fixed up. Let's go.
Yeah, I am here to report, and we're a Truman show. We Truman up around here. Well, some of us. It is not our fault. It's a Spotify issue. It's not a us issue. So as much as I want to blame Jesse, it's not Jesse.
This is a perfect chance to say what's going on with Spotify. I don't know.
No, I do know, actually. But we don't need to get into that. I'm Jason Wilde in Green Bay, where the Packers are 2-0 and Jesse's planning Super Bowl trips. Jesse Nelson is in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios and from his undisclosed location with what appears to be a new hat, which I really like, by the way. That's a nice hat.
Good-looking hat.
You're a good-looking guy. He is the Packers Hall of Famer. He's Mark Tauscher. Tausch, good morning. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic, Jason. Normally, you guys would probably give me grief. Oh, you're grumpy. You stayed up longer than I did, probably by a substantial amount. So you
left Lambeau at 2:38 a.m.
We'll have less sleep and we'll be grumpy.
Wow.
And speaking of that guy, that's Mike McCarthy, if you don't know him. So I get to Lambeau last night, and, we have Green Bay game day.
Heard that.
And it's super fun. Buck and Honeys, who does sell ice cream and is a partner, has taken over the catering this season. Saz's was awesome too, which did it for a long time. That's above my pay grade. But Buck and Honeys, they had that firecracker shrimp. It was in a different room.
Baby.
And I didn't know about it till I was leaving. I tried to take as many with me as I could. But their food is ridiculously good. It was awesome. We had tons of people there. Got to see David Gruber, got to see a bunch of other partners, got to see, obviously, Smalls and Canty and Evan Cohen and Rob and the whole unsportsmanlike crew. It was great. But I got to Lambeau later than I normally would, and I got there, and I had no fewer than my buddy Larry Radloff, who's one of the great photographers, a couple of guys from the Stats crew. Rads. Tell me, hey, Mike McCarthy was looking for you. He was trying to open your office door. I don't know if he was jiggling the lock or what he was up to.
Very, very,
last
very
night or the last
frustrating.
last night. He was there again for this game.
Jeez.
Because obviously
can't keep Moy now.
Dan Quinn was his defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Joe Witt is the Commanders' defensive coordinator. So I think he was there with them. Or maybe he was there with Mark Murphy. It's hard to know. But he was apparently trying to track me down. I think we're going to have our coffee and walk the grounds next week, and we can start our negotiations for him to find a little time in his busy media schedule to join us on a regular basis. But
I'm going to text him. I think Monday'd be a good day to have him on. We'll see if we can get him on Monday. And then
McCarthy Mondays, Big Mike Mondays.
McCarthy Mondays.
Yeah, Big Mike Mondays. I like the graphic.
Okay. All right.
Anyway, so I'm sorry that I missed him. He saw a good game, I don't think he was rooting against the Packers, but he was certainly, I'm sure, rooting for his own guys, too, that he had worked with for so long. Tausch, what was the Green Bay game night vibe like? Because usually I use that as kind of my jumping off point for how you are going to view what happened in the game earlier in the day that day.
This year, typically post-game shows, there's a lot of negativity. Mm-hmm. There was more negativity about after last night's game just because there was more stuff to chew on, I think, from a special teams and penalty standpoint.
Sure.
But I'm telling you, I don't know of anybody that is calling in that is not just jumping, if they're not on the bandwagon, that this is potentially a great football team. And nothing has changed in my mind from what I said after the Lions game 5 days ago. This is a dominant defense. This isn't – you didn't just play against two crappy offenses that can't block and they don't have any weapons. You're talking about one of the best young quarterbacks in the league. And then you're talking about Detroit's offense, which was the best in the league last year. And this defense, they don't look like, they'll hold their own. They'll maybe get a couple turnovers. They look like they have a chance to be one of those teams. Mm-hmm. One of those dominant defenses that turn NFL teams into college teams, that turn varsity into JV. That's what this looks like. The Detroit Lions were Charlie checkdowns. Old Gibbsy has set the record for most catches with the fewest yards. The amount of yards per play, that stat you're going to start hearing a lot about because Green Bay is suffocating. They are, what's the snake? Is it a python that just chokes out a cobra? Who chokes out their opponent? The snake. What snake chokes out their
boa
prey?
Constrictor, I believe you're
This is the boa constrictor defense. They don't give you anything. And when they get you, they suffocate you, and then they'll bite you, and then they'll venomize you. There was nowhere to run. There was nowhere to hide. And we have seen this. This has now become a pattern. Quarterback gets jittery, dumps the ball off. The linebackers chase and don't give anything up, and you're sitting in a 3rd and 6+ pretty consistently all day because you're layered on defense. Your defensive backs are starting to figure out, boy, these guys, they can't sit back and have any time to throw. So Keyshawn Nixon has 5 PBUs, pass breakups. Yeah. Because that doesn't happen if you have to worry about guys beating you deep. The Parsons butterfly effect is real. And this defense is nowhere near where it's going to be. They haven't even played him full tilt yet. He's mad he doesn't get to play the whole time. Everybody's figuring out how they adjust off of it. And you're 2 weeks in and you've played 2 of the best offenses in your conference and you've completely boa constricted blank. You boa constricted their blanks. And it's only going to get better. I don't know how we can sit here as Packer fans today and not be downright giddy because we are one of the, if not the best team in the NFL right now. And we're going to get better. Yeah. Jordan Love had a really good game. He missed some stuff last night. Oh, and by the way, your 2 highest paid offensive linemen were in street clothes. Mm-hmm. Your kicker misses a kick for the first time. And it was easy. This wasn't hard. Mm-hmm. This was a ho-hum. Oh, you know what? They can have another garbage touchdown at the end to make it feel cute. It has been a suffocating. This is a dominant defense. When you have that, everything else is so easy in football. And that's what we have. And it's going to get better. And that's why don't temper your expectations. Don't. Embrace them. Because this group is special. And you felt it, and now you're seeing it. And when you have those things together, it's going to be a fun year, boys and girls. It's going to be a fun year. It is. That was the vibe I got from the postgame last night.
Jesse, as the other fan on the panel.
Hard to top that.
I was going to say, can you give us your perspective from the musty Mackless Chinese dinner party / watch party?
I'm in the basement last night. Tausch has well documented what our basement looks like on YouTube.
He's big in there. Yeah,
so I'm sitting at the table, and I've got the General Tso chicken and the fried rice and the egg rolls.
Is it So or Sow? I think it's Sow.
Highly debated question over the
Mongolian beef?
TSO, I go with So. But
so what? You're still a rock star.
I've heard it a lot of ways. Every drive, I'm sitting at the table and I'm looking at the people who are watching the game. I'm like, This defense is so good. I'm like laughing as they're getting to Jaden Daniels every drive, every series.
42% of the time they got to him last night.
Per Rob
That's
Demovsky
insane.
stats and information.
And they didn't even blitz
Guys,
that much.
that is insane.
Insane in the membrane.
I'm just laughing, sitting there watching the game last night.
And boys, and that's a mobile quarterback that normally in the old days, better muddle rush.
Muddle rush.
Muddle.
Yeah, muddle.
Unreal watching it last night and just thinking about what the team is capable of, knowing Micah Parsons has been here 2 weeks.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago,
yesterday.
he got
2 weeks in a
traded.
day.
So this is what it looks like 2 weeks in with no training camp practice for him, and he's playing in a very limited capacity, like Tausch said. Like, now you get 10 days to rest up for Cleveland and Dallas, and then a bye week. Like, this team is going to be, if everyone stays healthy and if this thing stays the course, this could go to levels we haven't seen since, 2011? Where it's just dominance week after week.
Jesse, quick question. When you get together with friends, either at Pablo's birthday party or somewhere else, you have conversations. That's what your group does. Did you guys have a conversation about booking tickets to Santa Clara last night?
Not about booking tickets, but we did talk about at one point, what do we do if they actually are in the Super Bowl? Because this group of friends that I'm with, we've never, all hung out together when the Packers have been in the Super Bowl.
Everyone except Tier 1 Tyler, who he left out of this party.
Yeah, exactly. So we did talk last night. What do we do if they make the Super Bowl? What are our plans for if they make it? So that conversation,
and by the way,
in the fourth quarter started happening last night.
That is not a crazy conversation to start with. I'm just going to say that. It's not. Like, it's a long ways away, and a lot of stuff can happen. That's not a crazy conversation. It's not. Jason, urinator, Cheerio urinator, tell me why we're crazy.
You're not crazy, but you're going to need to be lucky, right? You're going to need to stay healthy, and the Packers lose Jaden Reed for an extended period to a broken collarbone. And yes, if there was a place where you could afford to lose someone valuable, that is probably the place. That doesn't make it any easier to take. The guy's been your leading receiver each of the last 2 years, his first 2 years in the league. And that touchdown that got wiped out by Anthony Belton's holding penalty was ridiculous. Unfortunately, broke his collarbone on it. I think you would probably go over to Detroit, like Jesse loves to vacation there. And that was a team that was feeling a lot, and a fan base that was feeling a lot like this fan base is right now, last year, right? I mean, they were the best team in football, I thought.
They were, but their defense, in fairness, their offense was dynamic, no doubt. Their defense, even at its healthiest, didn't look like this.
Not as good as this through 2 games. No, I totally agree.
Sure. Okay.
But their defense was no joke. Like, let's not poo-poo. They had the preponderance of their injuries on that side of the ball. But, like, through the first 4 games, you look back. When they had Aiden Hutchinson. Aiden Hutchinson
was great.
He was on his way to potentially being the Defensive Player of the Year. He had 7.5 sacks in the first 4 games. Like, all I'm saying is that, and I'm not saying you should temper your expectations or your enthusiasm. You know this, having been on a Super Bowl championship team. Even when you're really good, you still need some things to go your way. So there are potential pitfalls, like the little guy that used to run on the Activision game. You can fall down into the thing there, but they're swinging across the crocodile infested little waterways on their vines, feeling really good about what they're doing. I mean, they are full speed ahead, and the biggest thing to me, and I love that LaFleur did this. Like, they got a bunch of young guys that are different than the old guys that you were playing with a lot of your career. He's making sure that they don't get too big for their britches. And I think I go back to the Mike McCarthyism. Our biggest challenge is going to be handling success. They're having success, and they need
young players. young players, it is harder
Yes.
because you haven't been through it. There are people that are starting to say that this team might never lose. They're going to lose a game. I'm going to tell you, they're going. I don't think this is a 17-0 operation. I think they will lose games.
Talk about tempering your enthusiasm. Thank you for being the voice of reason.
I don't want them to go, like, whatever the case may be. But that will be a big part of this. When you start winning and you're dominating the way you are, anytime you think, and I said this when I was having to go solo the other day, I do worry about that. And it's crazy to say that this early in the season. But we are going to start getting all of the Vegas, the odds. We are now the odds-on favorite to go to the Super Bowl from the NFC. We have passed Philly after last night, FYI. We're going to start getting every bouquet and all the flowers. And young players, you can't sniff on those flowers until it's over. Then you bring it all in, you make yourself a potpourri, and you love it. But when you start sniffing, your eyes don't stay where they need to be. And that's the tricky part of this, and that's where young players, all right, hey, it's great. Embrace it, love it, but it's a different animal. And that's something that a lot of these guys haven't dealt with. So there'll be hiccups. They're going to be few and far between because when you have a defense that keeps you in games and can do – and the thing that I think should scare the league, you've seen good offensive tackles, and I'm not saying Washington's O-line's great, but they're going to be groups a lot worse than what we just saw.
It's going to be a long day for some of those teams.
42% against a mobile quarterback with a really highly taught left tackle that's getting paid big money.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They cooked them.
That's why it's really hard to sit here in good faith watching what I've seen and say, everybody simmer down now, simmer down. I say let it boil. There ain't no simmering. Let it rip. We're blanking good, and we know we're good, and let it go. Like, we don't need to be anybody's underdog, anything like that. Let's just go, because that's how good this group is. What are you snickering about?
I love your energy today. I love my job. I think the world of you. There are times where I get after you a little bit. What'd you call it? Wavegate. But you are so you're in your bag right now. Between the constrictor thing and then sniffing the flowers and you're sniffing the potpourri and your eyes aren't looking in the. I mean, you're just. This is why it's a joy to do.
Jay Bird, I'm going to say this: we have had great offenses around here for a long time. Mm-hmm. And we've sat there. Can the defense be good enough? And we have #fired every blanking coordinator on defense we've seen.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, not we, you and I.
And
but
I know you're not a Musk guy, but you look at he got rid of the hashtag. He tried to say hashtags doesn't help you. We don't need no more fire. The hashtag guy, it's probably going to end up being a special teams coach if anybody is going to get that now, because Jeff Hafley ain't going to get. You're not going to get hashtagged with half.
No, it's going to be
hashtag in half.
Hire Hafley in the spring when, or in February when they're in the hiring cycle.
No,
for
I actually
coaches.
I saw a funny little deal on Twitter where you need to start downplaying Hafley and say that I saw somebody, he doesn't return his shopping cart or his lawn is too long. You just want to make it look because we don't want to lose him because he's been an absolute home run hire.
Yeah,
but
he has.
Yeah, it was as impressive of a night defensively again. And by the way, the offense didn't look bad either, especially in the first half.
So that segues into Wally's question that he texted me late in the game that I want to use next. Then we want to get to positives and negatives. And believe me, and Matt LaFleur said this, when they come back on Monday, I've got some ammo for them. And you've always told us the best time to coach a team is after you win, because you can be harder on them as opposed to having to prop them up if they got their tuchuses kicked. He does have some stuff to work with, and we'll talk about that with our positives and negatives, but everything's positive when it comes to Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Yeah, indeed. And when a customer chooses Pella, one of the most important things to them is honoring that trust and commitment from their customer. And you know what? Customers might have apprehensions. Oh, I don't want to invite someone out to my house. Oh, but when you see the experience and the professionalism that Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin brings, you trust them with bringing that project to life. And their vision is to be the company that people want to do business with. Order by the end of the month. Get 0% interest for up to 5 years. Visit PellaWI.com today to learn more.
844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. That is the Carbless Talk and text line if you want to get in line. Tausch and I are going to answer Wally's question, which I will reveal next, and then we will give our positives and negatives quickly so we can get to yours. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio. The best source for every piece of NFL news you need to know.
I would just say that right now I think all options are on the table. I think that they went through that trade thing and they talked to teams, and it's not like those talks are shut down.
ESPN NFL insider Adam Schefter is on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy every Wednesday morning at 7:30. Sponsored by Island Resort and Casino.
But they didn't go anywhere. And when they don't go anywhere, it opens up the possibility that they could be back.
On 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee. Want that mirror finish on your car? You need Z-Gloss by Z-Bart. Z-Gloss is a 3-layer ceramic coating that not only gives your car that mirror finish, it protects it from everything that Mother Nature can throw at it. Visit zbart.com for more information.
The Packers got a huge primetime win as they took down the Washington Commanders 27-18 on Thursday night. Tucker Kraft was the story for the green and gold offense as he had 6 catches for 124 yards and a touchdown. Here's what head coach Matt LaFleur had to say about his tight end's big game.
He's a guy that approaches the game the right way. I can't say enough great things about Tuck, but it's not only on the football field, it's every facet of life, I would say, and he's a real leader for us.
The green and gold will take the weekend off before prepping to head to Cleveland to take on the Browns.
This has been your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN, brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee.
Why Z-Bart? Because cars, trucks, and SUVs still rust. They do. Just look around the parking lot. Well, it doesn't have to happen, people. Google Z-Bart rust protection, call Z-Bart, and keep your car rust-free.
Hey sports fans, looking to level up your next private event? V Private Bar Services is your game changer. Move beyond the ordinary. V Private Bar Services crafts custom cocktails tailored to your brand and your guests' tastes. Imagine a bar experience that's as unique as your business. Our expert mixologists will create a memorable experience that your clients and team will rave about. From signature cocktails to full-service bars, we've got you covered. Be the MVP of your next event. Visit vprivatebar.com to book today.
Is your roof underperforming? Saggy shingles, leaky spots? Sounds like someone needs a little Avondale roofing. They don't just patch things up, they go all the way. Tight, sealed, satisfied. It's the kind of roof that'll have your neighbors going,
Now that's a roof.
Avondale Roofing. They get on top so you don't have to. Call now. Your house deserves it.
UW Credit Union presents the Student Athlete of the Week, supporting local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. UW Credit Union is here for every you. Learn more at uwcu.org.
With your UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week, I'm Will Summers. In her first high school meet, Port Washington freshman Amanda Lotz shattered the school's 100-yard backstroke record by an impressive 5 seconds. Lotz continued her standout performance by slicing 13 seconds off the Kohler Pool record in the 500 freestyle. She also topped her own school record in the 100 backstroke, setting a new pool record by 6 seconds. Her dominant swims played a crucial role in leading the Pirates to a narrow 91-89 victory over the Blue Bombers. Congratulations to Port Washington's Amanda Lotz, your UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week.
Stay up to date on the green and gold all season. The Green and Gold Fix podcast is brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Luxury stay, elite play, unwind in sophisticated comfort. Win big, dine, and experience the events in Milwaukee. You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
A victory Friday if you're a Packers fan as the Packers beat the Washington Commanders 27-18. I like something Homer did, which of course is sometimes hard for me to say, but it's true. He has adjusted the score of the first two games, both times on Green Bay game night. 27-6 in the win over the Detroit Lions, and 27-10 last night. And quite frankly, he's right. He is. Mm-hmm. I mean, garbage touchdowns and garbage yardage.
Whale of a catch, though. The Detroit dude, I didn't want to take away his shine because it was such a great Tesla, great catch. Last night's was complete garbanzo, like totally useless. So.
Indeed. So I want to get to positives and negatives, but Walter texted me in the waning moments of the Packers win while that garbage yardage and points were being piled up. By the way, it was with 3:31 left in the third quarter. The yardage differential was 342 yards for the Packers and 99 for the Commanders after almost 3 full quarters. That is you not doing a whole heck of a lot on the offensive side. So his question to me was this. Big expectations factored in. Can you remember feeling this good about a group after 2 weeks? And I would say this. Defensively, no. 96 was my first season, but I didn't start on the beat until October. So I have to eliminate that one from the equation.
Okay.
But you mentioned 2011. From the defensive perspective, you didn't feel that way. You just didn't. 97, when they went back to the Super Bowl, that was when your fellow Hall of Fame honoree that you went into the hall with, Ryan Longwell, debuted, and he missed a chip shot, and they lost 10-9 in Philly. So you didn't feel that way even that year when they were the defending champs. I would say 2011 when the offense looked so star-spangled awesome. Now, did I think they were going to start 13-0? Probably not.
Probably not.
But I'll tell you this, right now I'm looking at Domovsky jinxing the kicker and it lasting all of 6 quarters for him to be right about his bold prediction. I'm thinking Tom Waddle is sitting in a really good spot. Tom Waddle of Waddle and Sylvie, his bold prediction, the Packers would start 8-0.
Yeah, I would say
I can see
if they can get by the Dallas Cowboys, I agree with you. That, to me, is the big boy left on their calendar until the Philadelphia Eagles come strolling into town.
Yep,
not Cincinnati?
Cincinnati, at least they got him at home.
Cincinnati, Joe Burrow is going to be in danger that game.
Indeed.
Legit.
So to Wally's question, defensively, no, I've never felt this good. I tried
to ask you that last week, and you were.
No, I thought our
think
discussion.
Exactly your quote. You're,
How would I type that on channel3000.com? What letters would I use?
I think you did video.
ARGERY.
So do you agree with Walter's assessment there that this is the best you felt? Period. Paragraph. Vin.
Since we've been doing this show, no doubt, and
sure.
I think we've seen, because I've always believed in the prior quarterback, and I did the first year, Jordan Love, I didn't know. Nobody knew. And that was the only year that I kind of was like, ugh. Mm-hmm. And then his second year, you felt, all right, well, off of what Jordan Love built, you felt really good. And then he gets hurt and everything else. And last year was kind of you thought they were good, but you didn't think anything like special, but they were still good enough that they could pull it off. And that's the thing you worry about is, you get into the playoffs and it's a complete coin toss. I don't feel that way at this point because you have not seen, and I am not going to do this yet, but they are tracking to have a chance to be in that same category as those Tampa and Baltimore Raven defenses. They do. If you look at, I would bet their stats are similar through 2 weeks. They have playmakers like those teams. Now, they have to get there. I don't see a Warren Sapp, but I certainly see someone off the edge that is very good. You're looking at a team that can win games with the defense, just with the defense. I can't remember ever being able to say that here. I can't. Not in this job.
Let's hold off on any comparisons to the 1985 Bears, the 2000 Baltimore Ravens, or the 1976 Pittsburgh Steelers, along with any attempts at nicknames for this 2025 Green Bay Packers defense. For now, at least.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Look at that. You and I on the same page, and I know you didn't read this. So
I didn't.
I'm totally with you on that. Now,
but can you at least say that this is the first time you could even think about having that conversation?
Yeah, absolutely. Look. The 96 team was number one in offense, number one in defense. I don't think that this team is quite that level. Okay, I don't think offensively we're going to be talking about they're the number one offense. Also, they're
not going to need to be. They won't need to be.
Literally was about to say they don't need to be. Glad we're on the same page. I want to get to our calls, so give me your. There's so many positives to choose from. Maybe we should leave the low-hanging fruit for our fans and just ask what your negative is, so we can get to calls.
Well, my dog of the game was Tucker Kraft. So he was obviously a huge positive. Not only because he loves the tickler.
Tucker Kraft.
So he's just really good.
Magnificent. Memory-wise, not as good. Thought it was his first 100-yard game of his life. Turns out he had two as a jackrabbit, so apparently he forgot those. Okay. That's not a negative.
Is this hyperbole? I asked this on Green Bay game night last night.
Oh, dear.
Is there a better tight end in the NFL than Tucker Kraft right now?
Oh, so that would explain why Homer was all about that.
No, I legitimately, and I'm not. It wasn't a palm deal. I thought last year he emerged in the top 5. I did. By the end of last season, I thought he is coming on. And now you have 2 weeks. Who are you for sure as a all-around tight end saying, I got to have him over Tucker? Now, I said there might be a few guys I'm forgetting about. Who is it, though?
So I don't. While I may have broken down the extensive film of one Nate Hobbs upon his arrival, I haven't watched a lot of Brock Bowers.
He's long and athletic and a good pass catcher. I put him in the equation. He's definitely in the equation.
I haven't watched a lot of Trey McBride.
He's a good player.
I've certainly seen Sam Laporta.
He's better than Sam.
Well, okay. I think that.
Well, he is.
I don't. Okay.
Hawkinson.
Better than Hawk.
Kittle.
Mark Chmura.
Better than Kittle.
Are we sure about that?
Yeah.
Yep. Kelsey.
Better than Kelsey.
I mean, it doesn't.
Come on.
Doesn't tight end kind of depend what you need?
Travis Kelce's getting old. Travis Kelce's still playing, but he's not.
He's
like,
Mahomes' security blanket. Like the connection they have. Like that's Kelce on the Packers wouldn't be as good.
He's better than Travis Kelce right now. Period. Finn. He is. Come on. Like we're not living. I know everybody loves him and Taylor Swift and he's a Hall of Famer, first ballot, one of the greatest to ever do it, but he's 37 years old. Come on. He is. You want to say Bowers and McBride? I can have that conversation. I'm not having it with Kelsey and Tucker Kraft. Like, come on. Not going to happen.
Okay.
It's foolish.
Again, we don't consider anything anyone's accomplished now. You're saying you're not a prisoner of the moment.
I just said that he's a Hall of Famer, but I'm going off of what we're at 9/12 of 2025. I'm not going off of You're talking about some tight end from the 90s, man.
He caught 2 passes for 16 yards in the opener.
Who did?
Tucker Kraft.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
what do you have last night?
Now, if he's he had 6 catches for 124 and a tutter. He was good. I'm not saying he wasn't good.
Yeah.
But you can't say you're not being a little palmy. Come on.
With Travis Kelce, I'm not. Now, I asked the question. I think he's a top 3-4 tight end right now. There are guys. I didn't say he's for sure the best. I said who's better, and let's talk about it. Is what I said. And Bowers came up. McBride didn't. And I think that's your list. I don't know who else Kittle. Kittle is definitely in the conversation. I shouldn't poo-poo Kittle. He's injured. He is a great tight end. So I'm not going to poo-poo Kittle. I keep him in that. But Travis Kelce, no.
Again, I'm not here to judge. Travis Kelce last year still caught 97 passes.
Yeah, he had a good year. He did.
Zach Ertz, I know don't it?
No.
He's old too.
No.
I don't
He's so dismissive.
Well, I feel away. That's how I feel.
Mark Andrews. Nah.
What about Barry Alvarez's grandson, Jake Ferguson?
Nah.
Fergie's good, but no.
Freiermuth. Nah.
All right, so you guys don't think he's a top 5 tight end? I do. That's fine.
No. I'm not saying that I'm not saying that by the end of the season we might not, because I predicted we would be, that he'd be a top 5 tight end. And I think you can make the argument after last night's performance that he's there. I just feel like maybe we're showing a little bit of our bias here. Just a little.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
Nah. You're like
I'm not.
You're like a Muppet. All right. Well, I would like to get to calls. Forget it. We're not even going to bother with positives and negatives from our perspective. We will just get yours. 844-770-3776. 844-770-3776. That is the Carbless Talk and text line. It was great last night to see my good friend David Gruber. It's always just so good to see him. And I understand people who don't know him, they see the commercials. He is an amazing guy. And it was wonderful to see him and his wife and the whole crew. And again, I hope I never have to call him for anything other than, hey, you want to be on our Bold-a-thon? But if you do have to make the call because you've been injured, that's the call to make. One call, that's all. 414-276-6666. 414-276-6666. Or go to the website, gruber-law.com, to find out more. Your positives, your negatives on the Carbless Talk and text line. There's another call you can make. 844-770-3776. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Back to school means back to savings with Exterior Pros and Baths. Right now, get $3,000 off your roofing, your siding, your windows, or your bath project during the fall savings event. Don't wait. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com to claim your $3,000 savings and book your free estimate. Exterior Pros and Baths, Wisconsin's trusted home improvement experts. Trust the pros.
It's Jason Wilde from Wilde and Tausch. Upgrade your industrial supply services with Lakeland Supply, your trusted ISO certified partner for custom packaging, shipping supplies, janitorial, and safety supply solutions. With over 40 years of industry excellence, Lakeland Supply is a proven one-stop source with over 95% of their products made in the U.S. And they treat their customers like family. Personalized service with a national reach. That's what Lakeland Supply does. Visit LakelandSupply.com to discover how they can make your business better.
Hi, I'm Brittany Miller from Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and more. Custom T-shirts, sweatshirts, jackets, hats, you name it, we can do it. Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and more is family owned and all about celebrating life's big moments. Maybe it's a milestone birthday, a celebration for your child's first goal, or that work fundraising event. We are everyone's printer. No minimum orders, affordable designs, and help straight from me and our team. We're the one-stop shop for all your custom needs. Start your project today at bigfrog.com/Mequon.
Discover Proof Pizza at St. Kate the Arts Hotel. In the heart of Milwaukee's Theater District, this modern pizzeria delivers Neapolitan-style pies, a bold grill menu, and old-school hospitality in a sleek, art-inspired setting. Whether you're craving a quick lunch or a relaxed evening bite, Proof Pizza is your go-to downtown destination. Dine in, unwind, and savor flavor that hits just right. And here's a tip. If you mention Jen Latta, you'll receive 10% off your order. Learn more at stkatearts.com.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right, and naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about anything, from the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys. Tito's is known for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits to serve its communities and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
No matter what we were doing, the Brewer game was always on. Kind of the background of my childhood. I wore number 17.
Oh, you did? I didn't know that was my number.
Yep. This is my friend Jim Gantner. Jim was always my favorite player. We did Jim's roof up in Eden.
Right. The great job he does on homes. Most important is honesty, integrity, and doing a great job.
See how Big Fish Contracting is renovating homes and redeeming an industry at bigfishcontracting.com.
Ready to watch the Packers like a VIP? Cousins Subs put you in the center of it all on the 50-yard line in plush recliner seats, complete with personal TVs and your favorites delivered from Cousins Subs. 2 pairs of fans are selected before each regular season home game to enjoy this one-of-a-kind experience. Enter daily to win the best seats in the house, only from Cousins Subs. Cousins Subs. We believe in better. See rules and eligibility for details.
Hey, Drew and Jonathan Scott here. Build a customized renter's policy with American Family Insurance so you can protect your tandem bike on the go. Thief! Oh, he is struggling with that 2-seater. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Some exclusions may apply. Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI and its operating companies. 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Smiling. If I'm drinking, then I'm buying, and I know there's no denying. It's a beautiful day to send this up. The music's playing, and even if it started raining, you won't hear this boy complaining.
844-770-3776. That is the carbless talk and text line. I think Bublé is part of our problem, from what I'm hearing on Spotify, because we pay to be able to use that kind of music, but there's something weird happening over on their side that's causing us consternation. But I'll say this, 4 different people last night asking about Spotify when they saw me. So it is something that people still very much use to listen to our show. And I'm very eager for us to get it back. So thank you to those of you that are either listening live or listening on some other platform. I did recommend to all of them the ESPN Wisconsin app I'm sorry?
Oh, I thought you meant Stitcher. I thought you said Stitcher. I didn't know if that was still in play.
No. Are we on Twitch? So we will keep working on resolving that issue. In the meantime, we've got a bunch of calls backed up. You still have room to get in on the conversation, 844-770-3776. Now, Mo in Illinois is sometimes our voice of, maybe putting his, like I tend to do, putting his thumb on the scale, and when we get too high or too low. So let's see what Mo's got first. Mo, good morning, buddy. How are you? Mo? Hey, Mo!
Well, I'm going to say he's not there.
All right, so that went well. Strong start. Let's keep rolling with the calls.
Really
Let's see if Bailey in Tennessee, not to be confused with Bailey's Harbor. Bailey, good morning. Welcome to Wilde and Tausch. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Thank you guys for taking my call. How are you guys doing this morning?
We are awesome and love your accent. Welcome to the show. How we doing?
Thank you. I'm doing great. It's a great day to be a Packers fan. I'm super hyped about this team, and I'm not going to be surprised if this team is playing in February in Santa Clara. So my positive is Javon Bullard. Javon Bullard is getting the most of his snaps, and he was on the field 84% of the time yesterday, and he was playing really good. I mean, his coverage is pretty good. He's a very physical guy, and he's making the most of it. He had that one play where he went through like two blockers and on that screen pass, and Javon Bullard is playing very good. I'm very impressed with Bullard. And then my negative is the special teams. And Brandon McManus missed a kick. I'm not too worried about that. I think he'll bounce back. But the punt coverage wasn't as good yesterday as it was against that Lions team. Mm-hmm. And I think they'll bounce back. But honestly, that's the only negative you can really come up with, other than Jordan Love did miss a few throws, but I think Jordan Love will bounce back. I think this team is going to bounce back. I think this team is going to be playing in Santa Clara, like I said. And, yeah, I'm super, super hyped for this team.
Great call, Bailey. We appreciate it. And again, I think Bailey is one of many that feel that way. The special teams, I think you saw some glimpses of why they like Savion Williams as much as they do, right? He's big, he's strong, he's not as fast as Golden, but he's fast. That trick play that they ran, it would have been nice if he doesn't slip and fall if you're a Packers fan, because it worked. It was effective. Mm-hmm. But he's...
Hey, what did LaFleur talk about why he was chewing Enigbare out to the extent that he did?
I was hoping that, because usually, even when the players are all off, we still usually get him the day after a game. And we didn't. He will not be speaking to us today. So I was actually considering texting him on that, which I don't. I try to limit my times I use that, because I didn't want to ask it. Given the vibe of the press conference post game, I didn't really want to ask it there. It was vibing, yeah. So read the room, Wilde. 844-770-3776. All right, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, it's Jesse's fault.
Game room's closed.
Indeed. We're going to try Mo in Illinois again, but if he's not there this time, hey, Mo, you gots to go. Mo, are you there?
Oh, I'm here. Fired up and ready. Sorry about that.
All right. Hey, you're usually kind of the voice of reason. You got a little bit of I'm not saying you're a negative person, but when people are getting carried away, you do point some things out. I was very eager to get to your call because I'm curious if you're going to be that guy today.
Well, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't excited, and I think Packer Nation is very excited. Obviously, we all know, the addition of Michael Parsons, I feel kind of added to the energy of this team. But as excited as I am, and I still do think this is a Super Bowl caliber team 2 weeks in. It is early. I'm very excited with this team. However, let's look at a team, the defending champions, like the Philadelphia Eagles. My issue with this Packers team so far, and it could get fixed, right, is last year what plagued us was our pre-snap penalties, our mental errors, our special teams. I'm seeing similar patterns this year already 2 weeks in. Again, it's early, so I'm not going to overreact. I'm not going to do any of that. But what I do want to say, if we want to get to that next level and become legitimate Super Bowl contenders, those penalties have to stop. Those mental errors have to stop. Special teams needs to stop being incompetent. Isn't Rich Bisaccia the highest paid assistant coach in the NFL? I mean, that's inexcusable. Every time the Packers are on special teams, flag. And it's like, oh, no surprise. We all know it's going to be a flag because it's special teams. So that's got to get cleaned up. That's my biggest frustration so far. But all things considered, guys, listen, I'm buying into the hype. This team is showing us what they're capable of. Offensive line, held their own yesterday with 2 starters out. There's no reason for us not to be excited over this team. And it is still early, but so far, so good.
That is the most effusive you are capable of being, and I love it. Thanks for the call, Mo. We appreciate you. Tausch, as someone who was not a frequently penalized player, how do you view their penalty problems? Because it does, and look, you're playing Anthony Belton, who is a young player, now playing in games that actually count. I think a reasonable question to ask.
Yeah, it's just something that you continue. Whenever there's penalties, it's typically a fundamental deal, and that's where experience and understanding. If you get on an edge, you have to do a certain thing, and some penalties you can live with. The pre-snap stuff can't have it. Can't, especially at home, can't have it. And I think that's where you need to clean that up. Combative penalties, McCarthy would always say we can live with combative penalties if you're going up to the line. Those are things you can live with. But early in the season, and especially with the lack of preseason football that you play, there's going to be a little bit more chop, and especially when it comes to you're playing in 5 days and you have a bunch of players that have not, especially up front, that have not played a ton. I am not as concerned about that because Matt LaFleur, for the most part, has not been a heavy penalized. His teams have not been heavily penalized. You can correct me if I'm wrong on that.
No.
There have been games that you've seen it.
Correct.
But from a consistent standpoint, they've been pretty doggone good. And I'm not seeing – I think you can say most of this stuff can get cleaned up. And it can get cleaned up if you get your starters back, especially on the O-line. But just in general, the special team stuff, yeah, I think Mo has every right to be concerned. That is something that you don't want every kick or punt return to be like, oh, where's the flag? I agree with him on that, and those are some things that need to get picked up and cleaned.
From the YouTube comments, a few folks, Aaron, a couple of others, and then Josh and Heartland via the private talk and text line. Enigbare ran onto the field after the 16-yard completion to Brooks. I have the TV. I have my iPad. I have the Amazon broadcast there, but it's like 2 plays behind, so I don't listen to the audio because it confuses me.
I think what happened, they were trying to go fast.
He thought they were kicking field goal.
Kicking a field goal, and then that gave Washington a chance to sub, and I think that's
correct.
What threw the whole thing off.
That's what Herbstreit said, yeah.
That is exactly what happened. So ran out thinking it was going to be a field goal, and then they technically substituted, so then they held up the play. So, yeah, thank you to everyone who was watching on television or on streaming service and free shipping service for your purchases to let us know.
I thought they did a good job with it. I thought it was a good broadcast.
You've
I
been
think
a
Al
little,
Michaels still.
I was going to say you've been a little critical.
Oh, boy.
Well, no, Al's just, there's not the same enthusiasm that I think, but Al's a great storyteller. Herbie obviously is really good at his job. So, all in all, I was watching from a freshman football game, so I had it on my phone with my AirPods in watching for a little chunk of it, and then when I got home, was able to watch it on the big screen. So, all in all, for a streaming service that doesn't make my top 3, I think pretty good job.
Well, you and Herbie, both big dog guys, and when the family dog does arrive at the Tauscher household, it'll be Tito.
Tito's, you know what? There's three things. We love football, firing up the grill, and a solid cocktail in your hand. And whether you're celebrating another Packers win, you're getting ready for a fun Badgers weekend, or you're just chilling on a no Packers Sunday, Tito's needs to be in your drink. Whether it's spicy, bloody, if you're going to go out and play a little golf, going to get hot. Going to be warm down in Tuscaloosa. Going to be hot up here, too. Nothing goes better. Hydration. Get in there. Put Tito's in with what you're doing. And you know what? Not only does Tito's make a great drink, they also do great in the community across the country, and especially for our four-legged friends. So next time you're raising a glass, make sure it's Tito's handmade vodka, crafted to be savored responsibly.
Hard to believe, but we're running late. Little more left in the 9 o'clock hour. Get your calls and texts into the Carbless Talk and Text line 844-770-3776. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance. Hot Wheels fan, are you ready for the all-new Blow and Fire? Come watch your favorite Hot Wheels monster trucks fly, crash, and smash with all new stunts and featuring the world premiere of Galasaurus with thrilling freestyle motocross and the fire-breathing robot Transaurus. Meet the Hot Wheels monster trucks up close at the pre-show party, presented by Metro by T-Mobile, sponsored by Meyer. Kids tickets are up to 50% off. Coming September 13th and 14th to Fiserv Forum in Milwaukee. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com.
Hi, it's John Reitz from Great Midwest Bank. Looking to simplify your everyday banking? Our checking and savings accounts offer the tools you need, plus the friendly, simply local service you deserve. Enjoy competitive rates, 24/7 online and mobile banking, and real people ready to help right here in your community. Whether your checking balance is at midnight or stopping by one of our branches at noon, Great Midwest Bank has you covered with a variety of new and improved account options designed for your unique needs. Great Midwest Bank, simply local and member FDIC.
The power of friendship has spawned a memorable baseball season in Milwaukee. When you choose to work with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, the relationship is more than what feels like having a friend. Pella honors trust and commitment on your behalf, before, during, and after the sale. And with this month's incredible deal, Gina Della from Pella is here to share why you shouldn't wait to order new windows and doors.
Order today and get 0% interest for up to 60 months. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. Ends 9/30/2025.
Pull up to Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee and shoot your shot at big wins for Sweet Ticket September. Play with your rewards card for entries. Score triple on drawing Thursday. Win slam dunk prizes like cash, reward plate, and tickets to see the Milwaukee Bucks in action. Sweet Ticket September. You ready for this? Only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
In the Midwest, we know the real deal on the field and in your wellness routine. Higher Love Cannabis Company in Menominee, Michigan offers top-tier Michigan-grown CBD products, no shortcuts, no synthetic knockoffs, just clean, green certified, organically grown CBD crafted for fans who expect the best. Whether you're gearing up for the game or winding down after a win, swing through Higher Love just across the Wisconsin border and experience the highest quality CBD in the Midwest. Higher Love, the real deal, no limitations. Visit findhigherlove.com/CBD.
At Tony Wendorf & Associates First Weber Group, we do more than close deals. We serve with gratitude and faith-filled purpose. We've sold over $300 million in real estate since 2020, one of the top-ranked real estate teams in Wisconsin, and we're just getting started. What sets us apart? We care. Even if we're not your agent, we'll still help. That's the kind of stewardship the community deserves. If you're buying or selling across southeastern Wisconsin, let us earn your trust. I'm Tony Wendorf, and I want to create your red carpet experience. Contact us at wendorfteam.firstweber.com.
Summertime is the time for all the big events. Weddings, milestone birthdays, even corporate events. Elevate every event with Noble Catering, a premier craft caterer in southeastern Wisconsin, preferred by over 30 venues. Noble Catering is also the exclusive caterer of Villa Terrace, an East Side event treasure. And coming in 2026, Noble's new headquarters, a 400-person event venue in the heart of Bayview called Brixton's Turn. Book them for your event at noblecateringco.com.
Get out this summer and experience Road America, America's national park of speed. Located conveniently between Green Bay and Milwaukee and Elkhart Lake, Road America is home to the legendary 4-mile, 14-turn circuit that's hosted the world's best since 1955. Camp on site all weekend, enjoy State Fair-style food, and bring the family. Kids 16 and under get in free with a paying adult. Don't miss Arian's Art on Wheels, September 12th through the 14th. Come for the experience, stay for the race. Get your tickets now at roadamerica.com. Victory Monday is brought to you by Palermo's Pizza, Wisconsin's hometown pizza. With delicious brands like Palermo's, Connie's, Urban Pie, and Screamin' Sicilian, Palermo's has your game day covered. Find Palermo's in your local grocer's freezer.
Call you up in the middle of the night, like a firefly without a light. You were there like
From John in the ESPN Milwaukee YouTube comments, quoting Zach Cruz of the Packers Wire, who I think is probably getting this from Pro Football Focus or some other analytics firm, not 565 Analytics, because they don't pay their employees. Through 2 games, the Packers have pressured their opposing quarterback on 41 of 95 dropbacks.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a lot. It's a big number.
Yeah. That's lots.
Speaking of numbers,
holy smokes,
not going to get that
good
analysis anywhere else. That's lots.
I don't. Between that, and I'm going to start doing more I don't knows to you now, just because I enjoy irritating you. You've been you've been a little harsh lately. I just want to say that. That's analysis. You can't get anywhere else. We can get lots of calls though, and we've got them.
It's called joking.
Oh, is that what it's called? Oh, okay. Thanks for telling me. Let's go to Ricardo in Canada. Ricardo, it's called Welcome to the Show.
Oh, baby. I got a hunch this is going to be good.
I wonder if he's excited. Ricardo,
I think so.
Good morning.
Good morning, everybody.
Let's go.
I'm drinking my green.
Yeah.
I'm drinking my green and gold Kool-Aid. It is extra sweet this morning. I love it. I love it. The positives from yesterday's game, everything. I don't care. Nothing in the world is wrong right now. The best part of last night was the thank you Jerry chants after the game. That was epic. I thoroughly enjoyed those. The negatives, there are no negatives. We're 2-0. We're looking like the best team in the NFL, and we live in the moment. Don't worry about the future. It's going to happen when it happens. A few points I just want to point out. I don't know how Woody's going to do this, but I really think he needs to re-sign Walker and Elton Jenkins yesterday. Those 2 guys have earned every cent. Jenkins is anchoring that line like a bona fide stud. I'm telling you, nothing is coming up the middle. Everything, the protection is looking good. It's on the edges with the rookies. That's going to happen. I'm loving it. Walker, he needed a racehorse. He needed a thoroughbred next to him because he's matching Cooper step for step on everything. Last time we've had 2 linebackers like this, I can't even remember. These guys are fast, fierce. It's fantastic. I'm loving it. Let's go, boys. All is good in this world, and let's just enjoy this ride.
Hey, man. You know what's funny about that? Ricardo jacked up as usual, and he's hitting on great points. Legit, when he said Walker needs to be re-signed, I was thinking he said Rashid. We got 2 Walkers that would be awesome to re-sign. Hey, this is my Wilde.
It's a radio medium still, even on Spotify when we get back on there. So your facial expressions are to a limited audience.
But just think of that.
Yeah,
and by the way, next man up, I think, is going to be Kraft probably to get paid, right?
No.
Who's going to be paid next?
Quay Walker's going to get paid next. There's an offer on the table already. I think they're still continuing those negotiations.
Tell me a little more. Is it close?
Yeah, I think.
Come on, Scoop-de-doo.
Close-ish.
Hey, Scoop-de-doo. I love it when it's Scoop-de-doo time.
Yeah. Again, I'm not here to tell you the rules, but as much as you have crowned Tucker Kraft, and with good reason, he's been awesome.
You can sign him after this season.
They
right?
can't sign him until after
the season.
Correct. Yes, indeed.
Okay.
All right. So those we'll keep going with your calls, but yes, 2 Walkers Who was the defensive lineman they had? Rod Walker? Is that what?
Yeah, Hot Rod. We called him Hot Rod Walker. Yeah. Yep.
Not to be confused with Gooch. They've had some interesting characters in the defensive tackle group over the years.
So you believe you would bet? You wouldn't go to Hard Rock and bet because that's not what you do. But you believe Quay Walker will have an extension soon?
Yeah, he said that those talks have been ongoing. It's been really interesting, to see. And he and I talked a little bit for a while after the crowd dispersed last week. I think he really wants to be here. I think he feels really good about where he's at. I'm guessing that it's going to be good, not great money, because he's been an inconsistent player, right? But it gives him some security. So I would, again, this is not breaking news. I mentioned this in a story on Channel 3000.
I'm sure our digital team won't put that out as a...
No, don't do it.
From Scoop-de-doo.
Scoop-de-doo.
Don't do it. All right, we need to get to the 10 o'clock hour and more of your calls. 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. So Kamal in Madison, Steve in Mequon, and anyone else who's thinking about calling, now's the time to do it. The 10 o'clock hour starts in 2 minutes, so stick around. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
The Bog in Saukville is Ozaukee County's best golf experience. 18 championship holes designed by legendary golfer Arnold Palmer cater to golfers of all skill levels. Settled amongst over 250 acres of beautiful private land, the Bog offers a truly unforgettable golf experience. Play the finest greens of Wisconsin, and after your round, have a signature cocktail while enjoying our Friday fish fry from the clubhouse overlooking the 18th green. It's time to golf, Wisconsin. It's time to enjoy the Bog.
Whoa! What are these? Screamin' Sicilian loaded breadsticks. Available in 2 great flavors, cheesy garlic or pepperoni. Both delicious. Screamin' Sicilian doesn't play around. They're fully loaded breadsticks that come in their own bakeable tray.
Dang! Woo! These are next level. Are they the main course?
Nah, just the appetizer. Find Screamin' Sicilian loaded breadsticks in your local grocer's freezer section. Screamin' Sicilian loaded breadsticks. Bring the party, bring the flavor.
Any coach will tell you, games are won in the preparation. The same's true in cybersecurity. Trend Micro helps businesses move from reactive to proactive with cyber risk exposure management. That means real-time visibility into your risks across cloud, email, endpoints, and networks. For over 35 years, enterprises worldwide have trusted Trend Micro to prepare, protect, and perform. Don't wait for the next threat to blow the whistle. Get secure now at trendmicro.com, because the best defense is being ready before the game even starts.
Hey, this is the Fat Jack. Another week in the books, and what a great week it was, including a 6-0 Saturday. That's right, guys, 6-0 Saturday with our top plays in college football. Are you ready to make money this year? Stop guessing and start winning. Go to fatjacksports.com, and it's less than $100 a week to make money. $3.99 for all the football through the end of the month, or $5.99 includes soccer, UFC, NFL props, and much more. Dial in today, fatjacksports.com to win. We won last week, and we're going to do it again.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen. Tune into The Rich Eisen Show weekdays from 12 to 2, right here on 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch.
Slide for the big fella there for Scoop-de-doo.
Yes. I think we're done with Scoop-de-doo gate.
I like Scoop-de-doo.
844-770-30.
This is a positive for you. You're killing it. What are you talking about?
844-770-3776. That is the Carbless Talk and Text line. Keep the calls coming. Let's start with Kamal in Madison to kick off the 10 o'clock hour. Kamal,
I like
good morning, buddy.
Scoop-de-Doo is like your alter ego, like you're a superhero when you go into reporter mode.
And instead of a cape, I have like a trench coat and that little media hat with a little press card in
notebook,
it.
Yeah.
Feather.
Scoop-de-Doo.
A little feather.
Yeah, I'm sure someone
got your Halloween costume.
Someone will grab a AI image of me as Scoop-de-Doo, the superhero who breaks occasional stories. Let's get to calls instead of this nonsense. Kamal, good morning, buddy. How are you?
Good morning. I was introduced. I wasn't sure whether to talk or.
No, I wish Kamal, I wish you would have. But I unfortunately I couldn't get you there. What do you got, bud?
I'm Packer fan, really excited. But I keep on hearing Denny Green. If you want to crown him, that statement. I don't know if I can say that. Well, can you say that right now? Can I say it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Technically, yes, you can say it. Yeah.
Knock yourself out.
Okay. If you want to crown them, then crown their ass. All right. So.
Yeah.
God, doesn't it feel good? By the way,
watch the language.
Yeah.
By the way, there's another part of that though. There's another part of that where Denny Green says they are who we thought they were.
Who we thought they were.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
And the Packers may very well be who we think they are.
Well, you know what really, this is one of my negatives, is where we're vulnerable right now is the run game. I think that is because I think what teams are doing, what these two teams, Washington and Detroit, were doing was they were just saying, okay, Jordan, you beat us if you can, and he has. But I think with Jaden Reed going down, it's just I think we're just kind of vulnerable in that area, and that would be my negative. My positive is the coach winning a challenge. I think that was pretty exciting. Actually, was it a challenge? I wasn't sure because aren't they doing those like expedited reviews? That seemed pretty obvious. I don't know if that was an actual challenge that he won or not.
Yeah, so I had the same question because it was the return on it came very quickly. But according to because I actually looked this up last night because I was curious about it. He threw the challenge flag. It was a challenge. It was just it felt like one of those expedited reviews, and I wonder, had he not thrown the challenge flag, would they have changed it anyway? We'll never know. But he was right, and they did win that challenge, and Lord knows Matt LaFleur could use a win once in a while when it comes to those because his track record has not been super.
Yeah, for sure. And just to wrap up the Inigbari thing, it wasn't just that they allowed it allowed the I was going to say the Redskins, the Commanders to sub. They were catching them in a 12-man situation.
Right. Yeah, and he ruined everything.
Them their first down. That's why he was really pissed off.
Everything.
Terrible, just embarrassing. I again.
All right,
we've had this conversation.
See you later.
Thanks, Kamal. We appreciate the call. Tausch, we've had this conversation before about Matt. Last week he was hopping mad, or Sunday, I guess it was still this week, but he was hopping mad during that game. He felt like the penalty on Xavier McKinney was wrong, and he lost his.
Yeah, it was.
No, it should have been offsetting, I would say. He stood over the guy, and it's an emphasis.
I like a little passion when you're.
I do too, but based on what they're doing officiating wise, it was what they were going to call.
For now, yeah, they're doing it for now.
Right.
All right,
well,
continue.
for now, that was the first game, and they're emphasizing it. My point is that you've talked before. We had the thing last year where he's jumping up and down because the official wasn't seeing him calling timeouts. Is this, if you were to find a negative, does he need to control his temper a little bit, or is that not something that you're concerned about?
So there's a there's a difference of complaining about everything and letting your emotions make decisions. I didn't sense that. Like, if you want to yell at J.J. Enikbari, go ahead.
Yeah,
you screwed
right.
up. That's part of coaching. When you are just mad because you thought that the ref missed a call and then you're going to throw a challenge flag out because you're pissed, I don't like that. And that was my criticism of him last year. He let his emotions make decisions that he should not have done. Everybody, this is a highly emotional, competitive game, and stuff is going to happen. But you can't allow that to happen. And I think it's through 2 weeks. It looks like he has worked and reined that in.
Okay.
Now, he's still, that doesn't mean we have not seen him, because this defense has been so good, we haven't seen him in a high-pressure spot yet.
Also true.
Been through 2 games, has there been any point where you went into the fourth quarter thinking, Now, Green Bay answering the bell after they scored a tutter, and that was, I thought, the biggest drive of the game.
Totally agree.
And it goes to, this is a phrase I hear all the time from Luke Fickell, this whole idea of complementary football. And when your defense is as dominant as this one is, and they go give up points, which we're almost to the point now, like, how do they even get first downs? Like, that's how Jesse said that earlier in the show, that when they go down and score, and they went down and moved the football and scored, then you're looking at it like, all right, boys, you've been a little choppy here. Mm-hmm. Jordan's time to go do something, and then they go do it. That guts the other team, because they start feeling like, man, we have not played well. Our offense is stunk, and we're only 7 points down in the third quarter until they go down and gut them. That's complementary football at its finest. We saw that last night, and that is what you keep building off of if you're, a Green Bay Packer.
All right, let's get to one more call here so we can make some more space on the phone lines for our next batch of callers. 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. Let's go to Mequon and talk to Steve. Steve, good morning. Welcome to Wilde and Tausch. How you doing?
Great. Thanks for taking my call. Hey, positives and negatives. Positives, I mean, that defense, since both of these games, the other team has never looked comfortable in both these games that they played. I mean, they've just had these guys on edge, and these are 2 veteran quarterbacks and so on. I mean, that was huge. I mean, defense, like you said, I think they can keep them in any game. The negative, and I guess it's not necessarily related, well, it's somewhat related to that game yesterday. You guys were talking the other day about re-signing Walker and letting another receiver walk. I can't remember who it was.
Dobbs is, I think, who we expect to depart.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I don't know. You said Watson, he played 15 games last year?
Watson, yes. Watson played 15 games last season. Yes, he did.
Were you watching the same games I was? Because if he was playing them, he wasn't doing much, and a lot of them. I mean, he's nursing this, and he's got that, and he's this hybrid, and he's this athlete. I mean, he's one injury away from being a Jermichael Finley. I mean, I can't believe they weren't talking about re-signing Dobbs also. I mean, maybe give Watson a contract, I guess, but is he, you guys are talking like he's the next Randy Moss, for crying out loud.
Well, for crying out loud, for a 3-game stretch as a rookie, he was Randy Moss, if you remember.
Well, okay.
2 years ago.
So, Steve, here's the deal with that. Yes, has he been injured? I think Jason's point was he did play in 15 of the 17 games. Now, you don't have to like that he, wasn't as productive as you'd like, but when Christian Watson's been out there, and it hasn't been as much, they just gave him basically a sprinkler to say, all right, we're going to let you kind of rehab, play the back half of this season, and if he is a number 2 wideout next year, you just got yourself a steal of a deal. I think it was worth the gamble on both sides. That was all we said.
Well, I guess, I mean,
Steve,
you gonna buy me a beer?
Steve, do you like Wicks better?
Yes.
Okay, and you obviously like Dobbs better.
Right, and I like Reed better.
I'm a Reed guy for sure. So in that group, he's 4th for you. But again, my point is you don't have to like it. But I don't think they're re-signing Dobbs. Like he could have, like he's in a spot where if he has a big season, they're not going to pay him what the going rate is. And if he has another season like the ones he's had, after what played out last year. Again, fair or not, mental health issue or not, they're not going to forget that. I know this. I know this. And so whether or not you think it's right or wrong, look, I think Romeo Doubs had a great training camp. He's had moments now in both games where he's come up with important plays. He is a worthwhile player. And do I think that if he doesn't have things play out the way they did last year, that maybe he gets that slightly bargain rate contract extension instead of Watson coming off an ACL? Maybe. But that is what happened. And I'm still, and this is the other thing about this. And God bless them. I hope they can do it all 17 games. But when there are contracts on the line, and you need your catches and you need your targets, they can sing Kumbaya all they want, and as long as they're winning, it makes it easier. But none other than Josh Jacobs himself, one of the primary captains of this team, acknowledged to me in a conversation on Tuesday that he is keeping an eye on the wide receiver group because that's what happens with players. They need to get theirs. And if that continues to be you only get 2 or 3 catches or 3 or 4 targets a game, that is a possible issue. And there can be frustration. I'm not rooting for it to happen, but it's a reality. So, we can agree to disagree on Watson. Certainly his first 2 years were injury-plagued. I don't disagree with that at all. But 15 games is 15 games. He played in them.
Is Watson even coming back this year? I don't know. You never hear anything about him.
Steve, I get the sense you're not a Christian Watson fan. Am I reading that correctly?
But he still has to prove to me that he's healthy and can play a full season, and he's not running full tilt because his knee is all this kind of stuff. That's just been his whole career.
Yeah,
he's a superb athlete, and he can't run full tilt. Well, then why do we have him? I don't know.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see when he is activated and what kind of impact he has. But now with him at some point, and then later on after they get him back, getting Reed back, potentially from this collarbone, like for the final few games of the regular season into the playoffs, I think it'll be interesting to see if they get some bumps from both those guys when they have them available again. Thanks for the call. 844-770-3776. We'll get some more of your calls and texts on the Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more after the Packers beat the Washington Commanders last night on Thursday Night Football. Saw some friends from American Family Insurance while I was up there as well, Tausch. And I'm sure you would have too had you not been in Fort Atkinson for football.
Well, I was in Sun Prairie in football. It was a battle, and we love our friends at American Family Insurance. Life is better with a home policy from American Family Insurance. That's because when you feel protected, you're free to enjoy your dreams, from decorating a new nursery to hosting a family reunion in your new backyard. So insure carefully and dream fearlessly with American Family Insurance.
We'll get to some more of the Carbless Talk and Text line. Jesse, I'm assuming that you have been curating the best of the text messages.
Oh, you know it. They're rolling in.
So we will get to the text portion of the Carbless Talk and Text line next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. And sponsored by American Family Insurance. Greg Matzek, Gary Ellerson. The day after reaction show you need in your life.
This offense, Matt LaFleur's side of the ball, dragged this whole team through where they are right now.
It's Potawatomi Sportsbook Football Mondays with Greg and Gary.
The defense got hot at the right time. That might be what we're seeing here with the Packers defense as well.
Live from the Potawatomi Sportsbook Studios from 6 to 8 p.m. every Monday on 94.5 ESPN.
Quarterback Jordan Love isn't just on the Packers. He's also on the American Family Insurance team. Because like us, he believes in dreaming fearlessly.
Just chase your dreams and don't let nobody hold you back.
And we help protect those dreams with the right coverage so you can
dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Oh no, there's only seltzer left, and it's passionberry almond fruit? Who comes up with these? Kick the aluminum can to the curb and mix up a cocktail you actually want with Tito's. It tastes great, it's gluten-free, and it's available in a variety of sizes for your convenience. The flavor abilities are endless. Tito's Handmade Vodka, the official spirit of whatever you want to drink. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Hey, it's John McGivern here. You know I love Network Health. One of the reasons is that they're local and they understand how important that is. Their exceptional customer service isn't just words on a page. It's what they do. It's what they've always done for over 41 years. Call 833-7-NETWORK today. HMO and POS plans underwritten by Network Health Plan. Compensation has been provided for using this endorsement of Network Health.
Did you forget the first day of school is this week and little Nancy still needs her name embroidered on her backpack? Or the company shirts are due now, not next week? Maybe the boss just declared Steve's retirement party is today and the shirts are mandatory? Whatever the rush. Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more in Mequon has got you covered with fast turnarounds, no minimums, eco-friendly printing, and high-quality custom apparel. Big Frog brings your custom ideas to life fast. Stop by Big Frog in Mequon or visit bigfrog.com/Mequon. Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more, where your ideas leap to life.
UW Credit Union presents the Student Athlete of the Week, supporting local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. UW Credit Union is here for every you. Learn more at uwcu.org.
With your UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week, I'm Will Summers. In her first high school meet, Port Washington freshman Amanda Lotz shattered the school's 100-yard backstroke record by an impressive 5 seconds. Lotz continued her standout performance by slicing 13 seconds off the Kohler Pool record in the 500 freestyle. She also topped her own school record in the 100 backstroke, setting a new pool record by 6 seconds. Her dominant swims played a crucial role in leading the Pirates to a narrow 91-89 victory over the Blue Bombers. Congratulations to Port Washington's Amanda Lotz, your UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Game Night, so for Events by Design. Events like appreciation parties and retreats can go a long way towards boosting morale and retaining top talent. Events by Design is your go-to creative partner for employee events that truly make an impact. They help leaders retain top talent by making their people feel seen, valued, and celebrated. The creative team at Events by Design does all the planning and production, making sure things not only look great, but also work. Make a smart investment in your culture today. Search online, Events by Design. They design, you party.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
All right. Yeah.
Before we get to the curated text messages from the Carbless Talkin' text line, a private text from Shane B. Our buddy Shane Blackman. Great question, actually. It was one that I was wondering myself. I have not talked to Jane Reed about it. Will Reed's foot heal during the collarbone as well, or will this allow him to get surgery on his foot? I don't... That's a really good question. I don't know. Again, I don't know the specifics. I do. Who am I again? Scoopy McGee? What am I?
Scooby-Doo.
No.
Scooby-Doo.
We've changed it now.
Scoop-dee-doo.
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 Not Scoop. No. Scooby-Doo would be like the reporter brother of Scooby and Scrappy.
Scooby-Doo is pretty good, too, though.
That's not bad, yeah.
I think Scooby-Doo is better than Scoop-dee-doo. Yeah.
Ruh-roh, breaking news.
That's pretty good. Well done. Hey, Scoob! So I don't know how that's going to play out for him. That injury, depending on the severity, the Jones fracture can heal on its own with rest, or it can require surgery. The fact that he was being allowed by a conservative medical staff to try and play on it would indicate to me anyway that it was more likely on the lower severity end.
It's no turf toe. I mean, it's no turf toe.
Because if it did require surgery, I don't think they would have allowed him to give that an opportunity. And I don't recommend breaking your collarbone so you can allow your foot to heal. I never considered that as an option for me while I was limping around Lambeau Field. So no one is happy about this. Certainly not Charles Woodson, who did it twice, right? He did it in the Super Bowl, and then he did it again in the 2012 season. Aaron Rodgers did it twice. Not a pleasant thing. Sometimes the collarbone requires surgery. Sometimes it doesn't. Rodgers had one that he didn't do surgery on, and then he shattered the other one when he got hurt in Minnesota. And Anthony Barr, I think, was the one who threw him to the turf, and he definitely needed surgery for that one. All right, Jesse, what do you have on the text portion of the talk and text line?
Matt in Superior, positives and negatives. Positive, the defensive aggressiveness.
Is that really is the font? Do we need new ink in our printer, or am I going blind?
So
that is.
I don't know.
What is that?
What?
I'd like to defend Jesse for a second.
I'm looking at it on the screen.
So I think
it looks
when
like
we
there's
were
lack of ink. In our printer.
Let me know when you're done. You really like your ink line, by the way. You felt very good about that. I believe when we were having our technical issues earlier in the week, when it was a blank show, as you would like to call it, I think Hunter lowered the resolution of the video coming back to us in an effort to stabilize the system. So I don't know if that's been switched back. So Hunter was doing everything he could when somebody allegedly was just under the weather, not self-induced, and missed the show.
Sick.
Jesse, can you read the barely printed talk and text line posting from Matt in Superior?
Nobody else can. So
for the record, my timeout Wednesday had nothing to do with any Coors Lights it consumed on Tuesday, and I stayed true to my promise. I consumed more last night. Positive, the defensive aggressiveness. This is from Matt in Superior. Team is clicking on all cylinders. Negative, nitpicky, but we got to finish teams off. We're dominating teams, but allowing them to stay within striking distance. Go up 3 scores, please.
Did you ever feel like they were really look,
we
I will
did
say
go up 3 scores.
At 17, yeah, it was 27-10. You're right. When it was 17-10, I was like, okay, this could get interesting.
No, you got to go get points here. Yeah, that was the one point where I thought,
right.
Exactly.
And they left points on the board twice in the first half. They could have been up a lot more at halftime, and we would have felt better about it.
They did not execute as well in the first half. That would be my nitpicky comment on it. As far as everything else, not once. Matter of fact, I put a text out to Will and Homer that had Green Bay stopped them at 27-10, we were starting the postgame about 4 minutes left in the game. But they didn't. They got.
I forgot that was a thing.
Oh, it's a thing, baby. It's real.
Next Sunday, it might be starting by 2 o'clock.
I wanted to get it started. Let's crank this thing up.
Let's get it started.
We got our crew. You never felt like that was the only point in the game that you felt like, ooh, okay, it's a little dicey. That was it. Once they scored that tutter, you knew it was Rap City, USA, and then they got the field goal, and I said, I wanted to start it right there and then. But I want to be respectful because I understand the NFL is tough, and you can come back and do these things. But I also want to be ahead of the curve. So it was a balance, and to Washington's credit, they scored. Then I thought, let's just wait for the end of the game, and then we ended up starting it right after the 4th and 6 that they shut them down. Then we said, to hell with it, let's get it going, and that's what we did.
To hell with it.
So we did start it early, but just not as early as I would have liked.
So how I get? No, you know what? I'm not going to relitigate this. Just tell us how much you love Quick Trip. I'm not going to. I'm fighting the urge to say.
What do you want to relitigate? No, what do you want to relitigate?
Starting the post-game show early. How do you notify
the power
everyone
that you have at
so
this
they know to join you
is unmatched.
What do you mean? No, I have to get. I mean, we all are on the same page. We're texting, and I said, "What do you guys think?" And Homer has basically acquiesced and said, whatever you want to do. We have to have production behind it.
No,
and
I'm talking about the audience. How do you alert the audience?
You tweet it out.
That you've Not everyone's on Twitter, bro.
As you're starting, just we're live now.
Hey, we're starting the post-game show. The game's still going on, so it's the game is still going on show.
Yeah, well, it's a post-game. The game is over. When we start it, we think the game is over.
The game is over when I say it's over.
Proven wrong.
You think Corey Sparks and Riley Yount could get away with that on Saturdays? Just we're starting
I don't
know.
now.
I don't know about this Saturday. We'll have to wait and see. I heard they were going to be favored.
I hope we don't
Turned
ever
out
have
they
to
weren't.
find that out, Jesse, if I'm being honest with you. Packer fans, your next Quick Trip run could score you the ultimate win. Cruise into tailgate season in a brand new Chevy Silverado RST, blaze the trails on a new Polaris Sportsman 570, or grill like an MVP with a Pit Boss Ultimate Lift-Off Griddle. For every $1 you spend at Quick Trip with Quick Rewards, you'll earn points to use in the Packers fan zone. No purchase is necessary. Get all the details at quicktrip.com/sweepstakes. And when game day gets busy, make your life easier. Use the Quick Rewards app. Pick up your favorite fried chicken, pizza, take-home meals, and you can pay ahead with curbside delivery. Right now we have great deals going. Kitchen Cravings boneless pork loin chops, 99 cents. Bananas, jumbo onions, and baked potatoes, 29 cents a pound. Quickery bread, honey wheat, Italian cracked wheat, Swiss rye, multigrain, or Texas toast, 2 loaves for $4. Tailgate savings and sweepstakes only at Quick Trip. We'll see you next time.
Pregnant. Pause. We got to get some more of your texts, but the YouTube comments, and usually it's our guy Michael, but there's a few different voices in the ESPN Milwaukee YouTube comments. Jimmy Johnson, I don't think it's the Jimmy Johnson of the Dallas Cowboys fame.
Could be the NASCAR driver.
There's some interesting conversations that I do want to get to. Some interesting takes that we can have a little bit of fun with. But we'll get to more of your texts on the Carbless Talk and text line first. That's next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
The power of friendship has spawned a memorable baseball season in Milwaukee. When you choose to work with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, the relationship is more than what feels like having a friend. Pella honors trust and commitment on your behalf, before, during, and after the sale. And with this month's incredible deal, Gina Della from Pella is here to share why you shouldn't wait to order new windows and doors.
Order today and get 0% interest for up to 60 months. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. Ends 9/30/2025.
For every athlete, every fan, whether you're suiting up your team or rallying your fan base, Alpha Custom Apparel brings fresh, affordable designs to the field, court, or stands. We outfit schools, clubs, leagues, and fans with gear that turns heads and builds pride. Need uniforms, spirit wear, or fan merch in a hurry? Our quick turnaround and unbeatable Midwest-based service means you'll be ready for game day in style. Quality designs, comfortable fits, local service you can trust. Create with us at alphacustomapparel.com.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here with a refreshing offer for a bath or shower remodel from Kohler Services. Well, this month only, get $1,000 off your Lugstone shower remodel and 0 interest financing for 12 months. My new buddy Chris from Oostburg is one of their skilled installers who demos your existing bath or shower, removes it, and disposes it before installing your brand new dream shower. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast professional installation always included. Again, that's KohlerServicesWI.com.
It's time for the Milwaukee Baseball Report on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by National Liquor Mart. Packed with the best beer, liquor, seltzer, and spirits deals in town. Located at 16th and National in Milwaukee. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, where your satisfaction is their plan of action.
After winning 3 straight games against the Pirates over the weekend, the Brewers went down to Texas and lost 3 straight to the Rangers. Here's what Brewers manager Pat Murphy had to say after the series sweep.
Credit to them and credit to us for keeping banging away, and making the game close. Thought it was, they did a great job, pitching staff and their defense and their offense. They hit in the clutch. All their hits counted. We couldn't break through like that. Once we got the lead, we couldn't break through. And I credit the Rangers.
After the 6-game road trip, the Brewers will return home to take on the St. Louis Cardinals in a 3-game series.
This has been the Milwaukee Baseball Report on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by National Liquor Mart. This is an ad by BetterHelp.
Cold plunges, better sleep, a gym buddy. How do you know what has the biggest impact for an active body and mind? With BetterHelp, you can talk with real, qualified therapists, not AI. With a 4.9-star rating, BetterHelp understands mental wellness shouldn't be tougher than a workout. Their therapists can figure out what's best for you. And yeah, it might involve a cold plunge. Visit BetterHelp.com, code TIMEOUT for 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com, code TIMEOUT.
From the biggest stars to the greatest moments, Behind the Bucks is Bucks history like you've never heard it before. It's all on Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the new ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Are you sick and tired of sad, skimpy, frozen pizzas that lack toppings and flavor? Problem solved. Screamin' Sicilian brings the party to pizza with mountains of whole milk mozzarella, premium meats, and veggies stacked to the sky. No tweaks necessary. Just tons of toppings and amazing flavor. Just bake it, bite it, and let it rip. Mamma mia! Find Screamin' Sicilian in your local grocer's freezer section. Screamin' Sicilian. Toppings piled high, screaming loud, always delicious.
Victory Monday is brought to you by Palermo's Pizza, Wisconsin's hometown pizza. With delicious brands like Palermo's, Connie's, Urban Pie, and Screamin' Sicilian, Palermo's has your game day covered. Find Palermo's in your local grocer's freezer.
Every day is like a blank canvas. You know you can paint it any way you want it. You can draw a black cloud. You can make the sunshine color in a rainbow.
All right, we got a couple of calls I want to get to, but I just want to alert John in the ESPN Madison YouTube comments. We will get to these because there's some that are fun. I promise. We'll do that in the 11 o'clock hour, but or maybe still in this one. Let's get to the phones first, though. 844-770-3776. Let's go down to Dallas and talk to Jamon. Jamon, good morning. Thanks for holding on, buddy. What do you got?
Few negative, positives. Positive, I want to go with the offense and the defense. The studs that we have at receiver, the skill guys, Malik Heath out there making plays, Dontavia Wicks. Last year around this time, I think we was already leading the league in drops. I don't know how many I've seen so far. Guys have been doing what they needed to do to make sure they hold on to the ball. So have to be happy about that. Also the defense, seeing Quay Walker actually finally find his footing in the defense is something special. Keyshawn Nixon told everybody he wanted to be CB1, and I think that's how you go out there and make a statement. Only negatives I can say is not too many of them. Just we kind of played flat coming out the second half, something I mentioned last week. Hopefully it's not a thing, that we just – because it kind of is a Green Bay thing, something Aaron Rodgers was here, coming out in the second half sometimes just starting a little flat and kind of been a little noticeable. But we still picked it up at the end of the game, got a few touchdowns on the board. So I think overall a good game. One thing I do want to touch on, I heard one caller mention about the Christian Watson contract. About that, I'm kind of curious about it. He's a stud, but he I mean, you guys always say it on the show. I mean, the best availability is availability. You have to be there. And, I mean, he played all year last year, which is good, but he's giving me a Jair effect right now. And we let Jair go. He's our top 3 player, and I'm not sure how well Christian Watson is. I mean, I wouldn't say he's a top 5 player when he's healthy, and here we are re-signing him to a $13 million contract. And, I mean, the guy still had a little time this year. I think we at least could have waited maybe towards the end of the season to get him back from injury. And then let's see how he comes back, see if he's still the speedster, see if he's still that guy. I mean, to sign him right now, just kind of curious on that signing. I'm sure you guys probably know a little bit more than me, but overall, great victory for the Packers.
Yeah, J-Mon, thanks for the call. We appreciate it. First of all, the contract, I think he got a $6 million signing bonus, which you can, look, if he comes back and he's lost multiple steps, which I don't think he has, but if you decide it ain't there no more, you eat the $6 million and you're done with him. He's not getting $13 million for next year. Now, I don't think that's how it's going to play out. Secondly, the reason for Steve and Mequan and everyone else is that he is different than everyone else they have. And I am a Wicks guy. There are lots of Wickses and Romeo Dobbses in the wide receiver world. There aren't guys of his size and his speed. There's not a lot of Christian Watsons. And as Tausch has taught us, guys, and look, he would have been a first-round pick. The Packers tried to acquire the 32nd overall pick from the Vikings in that draft. Then the Vikings also had the second pick of the second round at 34. That's where they got him. But the thing about, first-round picks have to constantly prove they don't that's true. Tausch is right about that. They invested in him bigly, and now they've invested in him again because they believe he is someone unlike anyone else they have. And if they're wrong, they're going to eat this contract. They're not going to give him he's not going to be back in 27. I'm a little surprised at the negativity, but I had heard some rumblings that there were people that were thinking that I was a little too positive about that deal too.
Well, the question, why not wait? Because let's say Christian comes back and he is really balling. He's not going to take that. So you look at it from both perspectives, and I think Christian Watson, as he's rehabbing his knee, he gets to put $6 million in his pocket. Yeah, I understand. I think the typical fan will look at it and say that's crazy, but in the grand scheme of things, the hard part sometimes is to just get an understanding of what that means in the real world compared to in the football world. And in the football world, $6 million is nothing. It's just not. It is in the real world, and for Christian it is. But from the Packers' cap standpoint, they have voidable years in there already, so that if it doesn't work out, they can void and make it even less impactful on a cap. And if it does, they can extend that contract out and make it more manageable if he is the baller that they hope. So that's why they did it. It is a risk. You're rolling the dice, but they believe that they've seen enough from Christian that when he's out there, and you know what kind of a teammate he is. Had he not handled himself the way he did, he ain't getting that offer. That is an offer because you want him in your locker room, and you hope that he does. The NFL and management doesn't usually do a lot of hoping. They do a lot of, this is what's going to happen. When you do things the right way and you have a special talent, you get an opportunity like this, and he is going to use that and say, thank you, I want to outperform for you so that down the road you have to overpay me. Whether or not that happens will be another really interesting point, but I couldn't disagree more with J-Mon and our guy from Mequon. Steve, you're frustrated that he hasn't played and done as much, and you've seen glimpses. That's the part that bothers people. We've seen the glimpses. We want more of it, but he hasn't been able to do it because he hasn't been able to stay healthy. The Packers are banking that even if you get those glimpses again, at $6 million, it's worth every penny of it. That's what they're hoping.
Right. Yep. Let's get to one more call because I don't want to be a liar. And it's 10:50. We still got another segment left.
Jason, I love it. It's a term of endearment.
Yep.
I don't mind.
The MIP is a term of endearment. I'm sorry. I don't know how
it makes me laugh.
That.
Hey,
Scooby-Doo.
Jason, don't you always say if you make me laugh, you feel good? Don't you always say that?
I do. I do feel like I've done my job.
Yep. When you go, yep, I laugh. It's fun.
Let's talk to Justin and
fun.
Yep. Let's talk to Justin and Yep. San Diego.
Crusty.
Crusty Scooby-Doo. Ruh-roll. Justin, please save us. What's going on?
How we doing, boys?
Awesome.
I'll get back to you on that.
He's tired.
All right.
He's getting a little crusty as the
all right, I got a lot down here. I got a lot to get to. I'll get to it fast. Okay, positives. One, defense is flying. Most excited I've been in years. You said it on game night last Sunday, Tausch. First time this team's been defensive led in forever. That to me is so exciting. Two, injuries. We're getting injuries, but you know what? We can sustain them because they're all on the offense. We've lost 2 guys on the O-line, 2 guys at receiver. Thought Tucker was going to be out for a couple of games after he went out for a few plays last night. I was like, all right, we're fine with Musgrave. Where we can't have big injuries is on the defense to our studs. So far, so good. 3, LaFleur won a challenge. Hey, we could have a whole show about that. That's a huge positive. That never happens. 4, we're overcoming adversity. We're overcoming adversity, right? Like, adversity happens in football. You get bad calls. You get injuries. In the past, we would shrink it with adversity. We'd freak out and, oh, my God. Like, when things happen, when they get close, when, McManus clangs a field goal, we overcome it. That's big. My negatives, it's like everybody else said, they're nitpicky, but just a couple of things. One, we got to stop Jordan Love 4 or 5 times a game with this hero ball stuff. Like, he leans back, he looks at the sky, and he chucks it up 4 times a game. I don't get it. I don't know why LaFleur doesn't see it. I don't know why he's not coaching it out of him, but that's going to matter somewhere down the line, and it's got to get better. 2, I feel like our run game needs to get better. Like, these are 2 good front fours. At the same time, we're going to play really good front fours in the playoffs. I just feel like our run game isn't as tight and isn't as efficient as it could be. I don't know what the stats are, but it's looked off. And I realize we're down 2 linemen, but I've always heard backup linemen can do one thing better than they can do the other thing, which is run block than pass block. So I feel like that needs to get better. Last thing, boys, I'm going to leave you with a comp that I don't think I've heard anyone say. This whole season has a feel to me of the 2011-2007 New York Giants. If you go back to those teams, they beat the Patriots for Super Bowls. Eli Manning was kind of a mid-quarterback that could get hot or cold. They had a bruiser of a running back at Brendan Jacobs. They had some playmakers on the outside with, like, Hakeem Nicks and Victor Cruz and Jeremy Shockey. But their defense, front 7, was like Antonio Pierce in the middle. The front 4 was Strahan, O.C. Umenyiora, Justin Tuck, Jason Pierre-Paul, and they just mauled people in a phone booth. And their secondary stunk. And to me, this is that type of a team. Like, if that's who we are, and I think it's who we are, I don't know that we're the 2002, Buccaneers or the 2000 Ravens yet. I don't think we're the 85 Bears yet. But if we're that type of a team, that defense wasn't legendary or era-defining, but it was good enough to win a Super Bowl against 2 really good Patriots teams. It was probably the best defense in the league because they were defined by the front 7. And I feel like that's how we are now. And if so, then I think sky's the limit, and we should all be really excited, and we should all take a minute, take deep breaths, and relax and enjoy this season because it doesn't come around very often like this.
As the great and a fan of the state of Wisconsin, Jim Rome might say, rack 'em. Great call, Justin. Great call. We appreciate it.
I'm going to say this. Yes, that Giants defense was really good in the playoffs. Consistently, I don't think they dominated people on a week-in, week-out basis like the other teams that he mentioned. So I think right now this defense is kind of sitting there. We'll see which way they go. But I would say they are on the other side of that Giants team, and on the other side, they're in the middle. Which way they end up going, is it going to be a team that people find out and can figure some things out and pick on the secondary a little bit? Maybe. Or is it going to be more of what we saw with those dominant defenses? Because right now they're dominant. They have not shown any signs of not. Dominant defenses force other teams into bad decisions and not being able to move the football. The Giants did that against the Patriots in that Super Bowl, no doubt. But if I remember right, the Patriots put up like a 30-burger at the end of the season against that same defense and beat them. So they're better than that. The comp is. I love the comp. I think it's super interesting. But I think right now, this defense is in a better spot than those world championship defenses that the Giants had.
All right, I want to get to the a few texts and then the YouTube comments. But first, something that Justin said in there about the Jordan Love deep ball attempts, I think he called it hero ball. Troubled by it, bothered by it, fine with it, like it, love it, want some more of it. Where do you fall on that?
I think one of the things that when I heard Orlovsky say that having a defense like this allows you to make maybe some more calculated risks, that doesn't mean I want you willy-nilly and hero ball throwing, but I want you to take advantage of it, and I want big plays. We saw a lot of big plays last night. There were some misses that Jordan had that he'd love to have back. I don't want you getting all conservative. I want you playing aggressive on offense. That's Matt LaFleur's nature. That's obviously Jordan Love's nature. Jordan Love is more Favre than Rodgers. Can we all agree on that?
Yeah, very much so. Yep.
So do you want to rein that in? You don't want to have big mistakes in big games, no question. But I want you testing to see where you're at. And then the big thing that I really want to see and understand that Jordan knows, understand what kind of defense you have and know the type of game you need to play to win. And there's never a game that you can turn it over 3 or 4 times. But there may be some games where it's like their offense stinks. Maybe it's next week. And Myles Garrett and everything else. Hey, maybe we need to be a little tighter. And maybe we don't need to go try to score 30 because they ain't going to score 15. Maybe we get to 17 and we're like, all right, let's just play this thing conservative because where you get beat is stracks and turnovers against bad offenses or teams that can't do it against the defense like Green Bay has. Finding that balance is what we're hoping for.
What kind of balance did you strike on PrizePicks? I know Jordan went more on his passing yardage.
I had everything right but blanking Jordan Love less on passing. Everything else that we talked about yesterday, at least that I took a look at and dabbled, but I didn't. So I didn't win. I wasn't right. And you know what? I didn't get paid. But, boy, you make those decisions and you do it right, you get paid. Don't miss any of the excitement on PrizePicks where it is good to be right. PrizePicks is simple to play, more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections. Get your picks right, you cash in. PrizePicks puts their users first. All withdrawals fast, safe, and secure. They offer Venmo, Apple Pay, MasterCard, and more for quick and easy deposits into your account. Download the app, use that code WI, and you get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code WI to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks. It's good to be right.
Even when you're not on Jordan Love more. We're back to being behind schedule. One more segment left in the 10 o'clock hour. It's Wilde and Tausch. Yep.
This is Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio. All day, every day. The Carbless talk and text line is open for you.
First off, there is not one team that's on the fringe that scares me.
800-990-3776. The Carbless talk and text line. This is more.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your Green and Gold Fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank. Tri-City National Bank offers a full suite of personal and business banking products at more than 25 convenient locations. Open your account today at the community bank that's Milwaukee's best bank. Learn more at tcnb.com.
The Packers got a huge primetime win as they took down the Washington Commanders 27-18 on Thursday night. Tucker Kraft was the story for the Green and Gold offense as he had 6 catches for 124 yards and a touchdown. Here's what head coach Matt LaFleur had to say about his tight end's big game.
He's a guy that approaches the game the right way. I can't say enough great things about Tuck, but it's not only on the football field, it's every facet of life, I would say, and he's a real leader for us.
The Green and Gold will take the weekend off before prepping to head to Cleveland to take on the Browns.
This has been your Green and Gold Fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank, your hometown bank.
Do you want to bank without the fuss? For easy banking, rely on us. In person, online, or with the Tri-City app. Your banking can be done just like that. Tri-City National Bank. Member FDIC.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Chris Canty.
This is a guy that has 13 penalties called on him, and he's got 6 unsportsmanlike flags. So how do you deter Jalen Carter from doing things of this nature on the football field that not only embarrass his team, but embarrass the entire league? I don't know that this is going to serve as a deterrent. This is a slap on the wrist. He did something that was egregious. The Eagles had a clause in the contract that they could hit him in his wallet, and they chose not to. What they told him is that you're so important that we're not going to do anything that you might construe as being too punitive. We want to make sure that you're viewing us as an ally and not an adversary, and I don't know that that is the way that you go about changing the behavior of a young guy that is supremely talented like Jalen Carter.
From kickoff to cash out, ESPN Bet has the tools you need to score more on game days. Bet smarter with stats at your fingertips. Get personalized parlays built just for you. And with your fantasy team synced right in the app, you can back your squad. Right now, new customers get $100 in bonus bets when you bet $10. Sign up with promo code USL to get started. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Whoa! Jason Kelsey just found out that NFL Sunday Ticket now lets you subscribe month to month.
Yeah!
He just realized you can join and cancel anytime.
Ha-ha! Now that's what I'm talking about.
Now he just found $1 in the sofa.
Yeah!
And he just saw a great parking spot open up. Look, just because Jason's easily excited doesn't make NFL Sunday Ticket month to month any less great. Right, Jason?
Yeah.
Get NFL Sunday Ticket month to month and cancel anytime. Woo! Sign up at NFLSundayTicket.com. Renews every month during the 2025 regular season. Cancel anytime. Terms and embargoes apply. No refunds. Commercial use excluded.
Turn those hoop dreams into reality with Precision Sports, your one-stop shop in southeastern Wisconsin for Mega Slam, Ironclad, and Dominator basketball hoop systems. Installation of new or old hoops and completely customizable painted court lines. PrecisionSportsOnline.com.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Into the YouTube comments, shall we?
All right. Good luck. I'll sit this one out.
There's a few different folks in here that have made some comments that have piqued my interest. I start with Rainbow Trout.
Good fish. Good eat. It's a good eat.
He's got back-to-back, or they have back-to-back takes here. The Packers would put up more points and be a better team if Aaron Rodgers was the quarterback. Jordan Love misses wide-open deep receivers every single game now. He followed that up with, or they followed it up with, most overrated player in the NFL is Josh Jacobs, slow as molasses and can't make anyone miss.
Negative.
I'm just trying to. Meanwhile, Jim, please screen calls better from the earlier conversation about Christian Watson.
I'm only one man, Jim.
So from Jim's point there on the call about Watson, I don't think old boy was the only one that feels that way about Christian Watson.
I agree. I'm glad we took that call.
I don't mind. Listen, man, I don't want everybody coming up here telling us how great. I mean, we always are trying to look at different things. No, you can say that, but you want to look at it from different angles. I don't want this to just sit there. Oh my God, what we've seen. It's the last 10 days or 5, whatever it is, have been awesome as a Packer fan. There is no getting around it. Doesn't mean everything is, all roses and seashells, or however that saying goes. But it's pretty dang close right now. But that doesn't mean that everything is Watson and we can have a differing voice, man. I welcome it. So continue.
That call sparked some significant debates among the, as Jesse calls them, dwellers. Little too real. They say, I agree, Dobbs over Watson, clearly. Dobbs over Reed. Let's not re-sign our best wide receiver because he had a mental thing is so trash. Again, take that up with Goody and the personnel department. I am not telling you they shouldn't re-sign him. I'm telling you that whether it's fair or not, it is going to be a consideration and probably held against him. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but that's how the NFL works. The NFL's not fair, and you don't get a lot of mulligans. It's not like Tausch at a golf tournament where you get a bunch of them or how many you pay. Like, that is going to factor in. Don't be mad at the messenger. Now, maybe they find a way to keep him. But again, if that doesn't happen, I personally believe he already has an extension. Because remember, before that occurred, the conversation we were having on this very program was who's getting an extension first when they're eligible? Zach Tom or Romeo Dobbs? And then we suddenly stopped having that conversation. Mm-hmm. So, a few others that piqued my interest. This is a very busy area. People get very emotional. It's interesting. It's an interesting insight into the psyche of the Packers fan base. Dustin with a more reasonable take.
Okay.
Jordan Love's downfield throwing has to improve. You can't draft a guy like Golden and not have a thrower that can consistently get him the ball over the top. What did you think of the deep ball to Golden where he's got a step, multiple steps, I think, on the guy, and he's just slightly overthrown? I think there was another one where he was overthrown by a larger amount. There was another deep ball to someone else that was I don't know. It strikes me as deep balls are pretty hard to complete because you're throwing it a really far distance. And it should make you appreciate the guys that are really accurate with deep balls because I think that's hard to do. What say you?
Let's take a beat here. And I understand we want every play to be dynamite and beautiful. Remember, these two have not had a lot of this time together. Jordan Love missed 3 weeks of training camp, people.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And Matthew Golden, I'll say this. I don't want my receivers to ever get overthrown. Watson, Golden, don't matter. That means the timing is just a little bit off. We want everything to be perfect, but I'm not going to sit here and say every throw has to be picture perfect. Jordan Love can get better at throwing the deep ball. There's no doubt about that. That's something I think he's going to continue to work at. But let's give a beat, especially with a rookie wideout. It's missed a bunch of camp as Jordan has. It's not all going to be perfect. I want those opportunities. I want it on film. I want defenses to see it. I want them to complete it. But in last night's game, would it have been awesome? Yes. Didn't happen. You still won relatively easily. Keep working at it. Keep that in your arsenal and just continue to improve on it.
All right, we need to get to the 11 o'clock hour and get more of your thoughts. 844-770-3776 if you want to get in before we call it a day on our conversation about the Packers' win over the Commanders. Again, I don't want to get bogged down in some of the other stuff that I feel like I'm getting bogged down in at the moment now. There's reason to be really, really, really excited, and I am not here to tamp that down in any way. By the way, another field goal. I know one doinked off the upright, but still $1,000 every time Brandon McManus makes a field goal going to Special Spaces, Wisconsin from Stienhuffles. And speaking of Stienhuffles, they know your style isn't one size fits all. That's why during their Make It Your Own event, you can create furniture as unique as you are. Choose your fabric, select your finish, add the details, and make it yours. And right now, save 10% off store-wide, plus enjoy 18 months special financing with 0% interest. Stienhuffles is Wisconsin's furniture and mattress leader, so relax. It's Stienhuffles. The 11 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch starts in 2 minutes, so stick around.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Baseball is back. Brian Balaga here to bring you a proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers. Surfside Iced Tea and Vodka and Surfside Lemonade and Vodka. A delicious and perfect pairing for a day at the ballpark. Stocked at American Family Field all season long. Surfside is only 100 calories per serving, and the best part, 0 bubbles. Ask for it at your local bar or liquor store. Surfside, an official partner of the Milwaukee Brewers. Must be 21 years of age. Please drink responsibly.
Grand slams and walk-offs. If you haven't jumped on the bandwagon by now, what are you waiting for? Siding Unlimited is Milwaukee's very own national champions. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times. New windows? Our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. What's the next step? Call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
This is an ad by BetterHelp.
Cold plunges, better sleep, a gym buddy. How do you know what has the biggest impact for an active body and mind? With BetterHelp, you can talk with real, qualified therapists, not AI. With a 4.9-star rating, BetterHelp understands mental wellness shouldn't be tougher than a workout. Their therapists can figure out what's best for you. And yeah, it might involve a cold plunge. Visit BetterHelp.com, code TIMEOUT for 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com, code TIMEOUT.
Kyle Brust-Nortman's Ben Brust here for Grimal & Associates Insurance. They do what anyone with a growing family, like myself, does. Protect what matters most. Grimal & Associates specializes in coverage that's tailored exactly to you. Clients aren't just policies. They're part of their community. Personalized American Family Insurance back service, expert guidance, and genuine commitment. Grimal & Associates focuses on building trusted relationships and providing peace of mind. The same values they've had for over 30 years in the Milwaukee area. Connect with Grimal & Associates at teamgrimal.com. Tune in to KBN every day at 2 o'clock. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Tausch begins now, and as much as I would love to continue taking your calls. Tom Silverstein of the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel reports.
Scoop the spoon. Scoop the spoon.
Ruh-roh. Zach Tom doesn't have like a strained or stretched or bruised or I don't know what happens to obliques, but apparently they tear. Not great, Bob. Zach Tom, per Tom Silverstein, if you remember, he went flying over Jordan Love when Aiden Hutchinson kind of cheap shot at him during that return of the interception by Brian Branch. That would have been a pick six, but it was wiped out anyway by a holding penalty on the defense to begin with. He reports that Zach Tom has a torn oblique muscle. And he further reports, as I'm reading here on PackersNews.com, Tom worked out early in the day on September 11th, which was yesterday, but said he just couldn't run without pain and thus couldn't play in that night's game against the Washington Commanders. I don't have a lot of experience with a torn oblique. If you gave me that Slim Goodbody guy where he's standing there and he's got his head turned, the Seinfeld bit about that guy. I don't know exactly where the oblique is. Is it in the hip region? All I know is if it's torn, is it in the stomach region? Is it in your side? I'm not a doctor. I just
Is an
play one on the radio.
oblique not like where where our love handles are? Isn't that the oblique?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
He's got a torn love handle?
Like all of us have a little bit of, pudding down around that hip, right? We all have a little. I have more than you guys, but we all got a little pudding, right? And when you have that, they always used to say you can't pull fat. I had a lot of issues injury-wise. I never had an oblique. I always had a little pudding. Zach Tom's pretty yoked.
Please stop saying pudding.
Please say it more.
What's wrong with pudding? It gives you a picture. So I don't know. I believe that's the oblique, because if you do like oblique crunches, you're always like going, it's the side.
Okay.
Baseball players have that happen a lot.
Right.
Because of the torque and everything else.
Yes, exactly.
So it's something, unfortunately, you can play through a lot of stuff. Pulled muscles, and it depends on the degree. Offensive lineman, man, that's where your torque, hips and back and the obliques and your core are such a critical part to what you're doing. If you have that thing, if that thing is in bad shape, you got to get that thing strengthened back up, because unfortunately those things re-injure themselves pretty regularly. So you have to take a beat and make sure that it gets healed properly, so you don't have issues reoccurring as the season goes on.
All right, so let's I don't know how long that means he's gonna be out, right? They got 10 days before their next game. I think I would be surprised, based on Spoon's reporting, that he would be back for Cleveland. I think there's probably, again, guessing based on how serious this at least sounds in Spoon's article this morning, I'm guessing he probably misses the next two, and then they have the bye week, and then you hope you get him back after that. That would be my educated guess. Right.
There you go. Yep.
Right. Agreed. Why Belton over Darian Kennard? I feel like in our conversations throughout the preseason, and look, he's a second-round pick. You expect second-round picks to be productive and contributors, not necessarily immediately, but you traded a sixth-round pick to get Kennard for this exact situation, and instead they went with Belton, with no practices during the week either, by the way. And I thought in our conversations about him with Brian Bulaga, who knows a hell of a lot more about offensive line play than I do, he was inconsistent in the preseason. Were you surprised by that decision or no?
No. You act like Kennard is like Jonathan Ogden. We don't know anything about Kennard.
I definitely don't think he's
for Philly.
Jonathan Ogden.
They traded him. You don't trade young star offensive linemen in this league. I don't care how good your group is. So to act as if this was going to be some – Belton knows the system better. He's been here longer. He has been inconsistent, but he's a second-round pick, man. He's young. This is the deal. And if you think Kennard can get up to speed and he is going to be a better pass protector than Belton against Cleveland, he'll play. And I think they rotated a little bit. They dabbled. I don't know what the official snap count ended up being last night for Belton and Kennard, but I think they dabbled a little bit. And I don't know why everybody is just crowning Kennard. He's got to go and earn it, and he's got to prove that he knows what he's doing.
I'm not crowning him.
What you just said there felt a little crowny. That's all.
I also understand the idea of you play the guy who's got more experience when the injury occurs during the game versus when you have a week to prepare a young player, right? But again, I was surprised because they didn't have a week to prepare the young player. They had 3 days and no practices, just walkthroughs. The split on the offense, they had 68 offensive snaps.
That's a good number.
Darian Kennard played 17, and Anthony Belton played 51. So 75-25. Okay. Now, I asked Matt LaFleur about that after the game. He said originally the plan was to rotate them. Also, Anthony Belton had the holding penalty that wiped out the touchdown on which Jaden Reed broke his collarbone. And certainly we saw Matt LaFleur get after Anthony Belton a few times in preseason. But he said that they basically were planning on rotating him, and then they decided the second half they were going to go with Belton the whole way. And I'm eager for Brian Bulaga to break down that and explain to me the good, the bad, the ugly of how he played. But I am definitely not putting Darian Kennard in the Pro Football Hall of Fame or even the Country Music Hall of Fame because he's related to Dolly Parton. I just thought that was the way that they would go. And let's be honest, there have been times when they have made choices on the offensive line to play one person instead of the guy that you expected to be there, and it backfired on them. That was not the case last night. Anthony Belton clearly played well enough for them to be successful. So we played double trivia earlier in the week so we wouldn't play trivia today. Is that what happened?
That is correct, yeah.
Savvy.
Boy, Jesse.
Planning ahead and having Hunter do the work. Well, then let's take a beat and have Tausch tell us about Hard Rock Casino Rockford, where your over on the Packers win total is looking pretty sweet.
We're looking really good. Jesse, can you fact check? I had a buddy of mine tell me yesterday that there is a opportunity if the Brewers, nobody has to win a championship. The Brewers make the World Series, not win it, make, and Green Bay makes the Super Bowl. The odds are unbelievable. So can you fact check and check that out? I want to just make sure before I say that. But the beautiful part is we can check that at the new Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Over 175,000 square feet of gaming and entertainment space, more than 1,300 slots, 50 live table games, a sports book that, boy, Jesse and I feel really good about what we did down there in May and June, baby, and a rock shop. And if you're hungry, diverse dining options at the Hard Rock Cafe, Council Oak Steaks and Seafood. You head down there on Wednesday. I heard there's a heck of a deal if you're a little bit on the older side. All kinds of great eating options at the Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Head on down there. It's a premier entertainment destination just off of I-90 in Rockford, Illinois, about an hour from the greater Madison area.
I would be remiss.
I heard it was 1,300 to 1 is what I heard. You put $100, you get $13,000 is what I heard. I don't want to put that out there until Jesse fact checks it. That was what my buddy told me, and oh baby, it seems crazy to me. Seems crazy.
Might have to make a ride down to Rockford to check that out.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yep.
Because, let's be honest, you have to feel pretty dang good. Like, is it going to happen? Who knows? Feel a lot better about it today than we did 2 weeks ago, I can tell you that. No?
More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
This year, it just feels different.
Swing and a miss! He struck him out!
Listen to WTMJ as the Brewers make their charge to the postseason. Brewers playoff coverage is presented by the Narrow Spine Center of Wisconsin and featured by Annex Wealth Management, Boucher Automotive, and Delta Dental. We are the home of the Brewers. WTMJ.
What was that?
It was just me or, I got such a bargain. Poorly constructed sofa falling apart.
I just bought you.
Yeah, well, I did just turn 3, at 67 in sofa years. I am so ready to retire and move to Miami.
I knew I should have listened to my mother and bought that other sofa from Stienhuffles. It was so strong and comfy.
Tired of furniture that doesn't hold up to its end of the bargain? Stienhuffles has quality furniture for every style and budget. Relax. It's Stienhuffles.
Ready to watch the Packers like a VIP? Cousins Subs put you in the center of it all on the 50-yard line in plush recliner seats, complete with personal TVs and your favorites delivered from Cousins Subs. 2 pairs of fans are selected before each regular season home game to enjoy this one-of-a-kind experience. Enter daily to win the best seats in the house, only from Cousins Subs. Cousins Subs. We believe in better. See rules and eligibility for details.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tausch here, and the Pickler Menominee Falls is now open. Your home for pickleball. 9 premium indoor courts with unlimited play, leagues, tournaments, and clinics all included in your membership. Sign up today for open play spots or check out Learn to Play sessions and clinics. Members get 4 clinics a month included. Memberships start at just $119 a month. Check out all the options at thepickler.com. That's PICKLR.com. And I'll see you on the court.
Mark Tauscher here, and these days I am sleeping better than ever. I am so thankful I met with the great team at Advent to help solve my sleeping problems. The Advent team is so great to work with, and their consultations are very informative. The Advent team listened to my struggles, and rather than forcing a surgery, they helped me find the best solution for a better night's sleep. My family and I are so thankful the solutions from Advent worked. To see how they can help you with snoring, sleep apnea, and nasal breathing problems, go to adventknows.com, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better.
The power of friendship has spawned a memorable baseball season in Milwaukee. When you choose to work with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, the relationship is more than what feels like having a friend. Pella honors trust and commitment on your behalf, before, during, and after the sale. And with this month's incredible deal, Gina Della from Pella is here to share why you shouldn't wait to order new windows and doors.
Order today and get 0% interest for up to 60 months. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. Ends 9/30/2025.
Turn your driveway into the basketball court of your dreams with Precision Sports, Southeastern Wisconsin's dealer for Mega Slam, Ironclad, and Dominator hoop systems. From installation to customizable painted court lines, Precision Sports is a slam dunk. PrecisionSportsOnline.com.
Hey Packer fans, the start of the NFL season means it's time to break out the Bandito with El Bandito Yankee, the official tequila of game day. 100% Blue Weber agave, all natural and so smooth it's criminal. Try the award-winning Blanco, Reposado, Anejo, and the new high-proof Plata 47. Ask for El Bandito Yankee at your favorite bar or restaurant and buy today at Woodman's and Festival Foods. For tailgates, recipes, and more places for purchase, go to elbanditoyankee.com.
Stay up to date on the green and gold all season. The Green and Gold Fix podcast is brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Luxury stay, elite play, unwind in sophisticated comfort. Win big, dine, and experience the events in Milwaukee. You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
I would like to apologize for some of the confusion at the end of that previous segment. I was under the impression that the guy who goes to the little sports book inside of Hard Rock Casino Rockford would have the betting information as opposed to me, which is not my area of expertise.
You just say guy, not little guy. It's okay.
No, I said the little sports book because you're not a little guy.
Disparaged there.
You were littler. Never mind.
God, you're a jerk. You are
what?
A jerk. Oh, you know what? Don't act all like you don't know what.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It appears after doing a little investigative research.
Thank you for your service.
Tausch may have been a little bit off with his.
No. It wasn't me. I told you. My buddy told me this, and I thought it was crazy.
Shaggy.
I wanted to. Well, I wanted to confirm.
Fred's report was a little off. Scoop-de-doo and Shaggy T got to the bottom of it. We pulled off
Come
the
on,
mask,
Scoob.
We said.
Oh, is Fred part of the Scooby train?
Yeah.
Yes, the blonde guy.
Fred, Velma, Daphne and Shaggy.
And you would have gotten away with it, too, if it wasn't for this meddling producer.
I think, to me, that show goes Scooby, Van, and then people.
No, Shaggy before the van.
No, the dog. Who's the dog?
I think Scooby was one of the worst parts of
Who's
Scooby-Doo.
the dog? What?
Scooby. You got Scooby, and then, all right, and then Shaggy, and then the van. All right, I'll give you that.
And then the gallery.
But the van, if you ask most people, they'll remember the van before they remember
wagon?
Telma.
Yeah.
Before
The
Telma.
Mystery Machine. Okay.
What do we
By
think
the way,
of the name Thelma? I like the name Thelma.
Linda Cardellini as Velma in the live-action film. Very well acted. Really enjoyed that.
Okay.
Her portrayal of Velma.
That was a terrible movie, though.
It was not great. No, not
Was
everything
it like
works.
Superman, like the new Superman.
God, I hope
You'll
that's on the
report
plane.
back later today, right?
I hope you get to watch it.
I hope so.
And
Do we
I hope
agree
it
that
turns
the
out to
name
be great.
Thelma's a great name? Do we agree on that?
All right,
I
her
think
name
the
is
Thelma.
Velma.
You do know it's not Thelma in Scooby-Doo.
But I like the name Thelma. Telma. I think it's a great name. Thelma.
Tausch, how do you like the Badgers' chances in Tuscaloosa?
I like Thelma. I like the name Thelma. I think when I'm looking at this game, it's going to be a huge challenge. We saw with some of the shuffling of the offensive line, there's going to be obviously some concerns there. The running game has not been as good and as crisp as I think we'd hoped. But the reason I have hope going down there, our defense is really good. But we have not been tested in a way that Alabama will test us. So I am going down there with an open mind and an open heart. And I am just looking to see how our defense can handle what Alabama is going to have to offer. The Florida State game was, I think, encouraging. I don't look at last week as anything on their end. I think our defense has a chance to be really good, and we'll see how good when we get a look at it tomorrow, right about this time, as a matter of fact.
Clear eyes, open hearts, 21-point underdogs. It'll be interesting to see how the game plays out. Again, we all love Barry Alvarez around here. He was not quite accurate when he predicted that the Badgers would be favored in the game.
He was not. He did say, though, when I asked him about it on Monday night, he said it's more about how you feel leaving this game, which is kind of like what we said about the Packers' preseason games. Like, it's not as much about what the final score is going to be. Obviously, if you're in contention in the fourth quarter, you're going to feel pretty good and you want to win the game. That's, you want to do that.
Sure.
But how to measure where the team's at after this game will be more about how it feels as the game's going. If they're getting bullied around and pushed around, like, that'll be one story. But if they're competitive and Alabama has a couple of huge playmakers, Ryan Williams, like, if they emerge in the fourth quarter and end up, making a play to win it, you still feel good about what Wisconsin puts out there going into Big Ten play.
Sure, I would agree with everything you said there.
Hey, Jaybird, how did Matt LaFleur feel about Jordan Love's scramble shoulder lean, first down pickup.
Yet another question I would have liked to have asked him today.
What the hell did you guys ask him about last night?
Man, your team's awesome.
Oh, you guys are really good.
Micah
right?
Parsons is so good.
How does Shaggy do it? How does Shaggy? Woof, 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 woof. Oh, you guys are good. Woo.
I have no idea
here?
what cartoon character that is.
What the hell questions are you asking LaFleur other than, oh, my God, Micah Parsons is really good, huh? Can you expand on that?
Let me rattle those off for you, and then we'll get into Whoa Nelly coming up after
You don't
this.
need to give me a dissertation.
No. Is the view pretty good from the cheap seats, AJ?
Oh, baby, you know it is. You've lived there. You know where those seats are. They're pretty.
Adjectives to describe the defense through 2 games. The offense went 90 yards plus twice for touchdowns. Why did you feel like throwing the ball downfield? Did you feel like that led to a little feast or famine offensively? You took a lot of shots today compared to Sunday. Was that game plan specific? That was my question. What was the thought process on starting Belton? Were you supposed to rotate, or did you bench him shortly for the penalty? They were supposed to rotate.
Tucker Kraft, greatest tight end in the league, or just the best?
Long-winded question about the defense in Halfley, not from me. Your run game is not very productive. What's the problem?
Okay.
The best question that I heard went from Andy Herman, who asked about this whole, because you mentioned this yesterday, so you, I think, will really like this too, about the muddle rushing against mobile quarterbacks last year to just getting after Jaden Daniels yesterday. Tucker Kraft is awesome. That was one of the questions. And then getting the Jaden Reed information was also an important piece of our conversation with him. So, no, we never got to lowering the shoulder. I'll be honest with you, I should have asked Love about that.
I didn't. I loved it.
Yeah, you love that. You love that until he separates his freaking throwing shoulder, and then you don't love it quite as much.
What do you want him to do, though? 3rd and 7. You got to go get it. It's early in the game. This isn't the end of a game.
I wasn't criticizing him. I'm just saying you love it because there was no bad result caused by it. But you're not sitting here today going, oh, yeah, sure, he tore his labrum in his throwing shoulder by lowering the boom. But, hey, myself and the guy from Kyle Brandt with the angry run stuff he does, I loved it anyway. He's out for a month, but that was awesome. It's only awesome because he didn't get hurt.
Well, you got to play football. That was a football play.
It was.
That was a football play.
And by the way, for a guy who said he needed to run more, not just extend plays to make plays with his arm, but to actually run more, Jordan Love, through 2 games, has rushed for a grand total of 16 yards. So he is averaging 8 yards per game. That will puts him on pace for 136 rushing yards this season, which will be, if my math is correct, nearly double what he had last year, when he didn't even get to 100.
More on that. I think he'll have more.
I think he will too. I would agree. And if his feet hadn't slipped out from under himself on Sunday, he would have had a big game there too. All right. Geriod in Canton, Ohio. What an odd mix of Mickey Mouse and Scooby-Doo by Old T. Add it to the resume. Yes, along with the Irish Pirate, another combination voice that Tausch does so well. One thing Tausch does do well is drink Coors Light.
Yeah, whether you're tailgating pregame or enjoying the experience during the game, celebrating a big win after the game. Hopefully we'll be doing that tomorrow. On our way back from Tuscaloosa, crack open a Rocky Mountain Cold Coors Light. Brewed with that 3-step cold process, cold lager, cold filtered, and cold packaged, so it is made to chill. Coors Light, refreshingly cold and only 102 calories. Celebrate responsibly, Coors Brewing Company at Golden, Colorado.
Whoa, Nelly! And our Cousin Subs gift card winner from trivia this week will be drawn as well. Next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Home practice is about to begin. Your daughter's new tap shoes? Loud. Your son's new tuba? Louder. But you got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with $50 overdraft grace zone. So if you lose track of expenses buying some noise-canceling and sanity-saving headphones, we've got your back. You got this with $50 overdraft grace zone from Associated Bank. See associatedbank.com/checking or ask a banker for details. Member FDIC.
Kevin Moret here for Mentality. Listen up, gentlemen. You're fighting an unfair battle. Studies show testosterone levels in men have plummeted by 25% in just 2 decades. That's why you're struggling with energy, muscle, and drive. But here's a game changer. Mentality's FDA-approved treatments boost testosterone by 30% on average. Imagine reclaiming the vitality your grandfathers had. Picture turning heads, dominating your career, and feeling unstoppable again. Don't settle for today's normal. Seize the day at mentalityhealth.com/radio. That's mentalityhealth.com/radio.
Get ready to say goodbye to those bland seltzers at the ballpark. Carbless is proudly Wisconsin-born, crafted by real people. A husband and wife team who wanted better cocktails in a can. They're locally made and blissfully better. Carbless offers a bold, true cocktail flavor that's made for baseball fans. Available in fan-favorite flavors like lemon lime, black raspberry, cranberry, and mango. Bringing the craft cocktail bar to your seat. Refreshment that matches the energy of American Family Field is Carbless. Full of flavor, no sugar, and no carbs. Just game day bliss.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
Seems like back to school happens earlier each year.
First day of school coming in hot.
And this year my kids had massive supply lists.
Folders, notebooks, and pens. Oh, the humanity.
But Staples had everything I needed, with some items just 25 cents.
Watch the small print.
No. My back to school budget was saved by Staples Easy Button.
Everything for school, in stock and as low as 25 cents. Staples.
That was easy.
In store, online, and on the app. It's 9/13 while supplies last.
Let's go! You still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Owe the IRS $10,000 or more in business or personal back taxes? Call the Tax Doctor now. Learn how to pay the IRS less. 800-430-3062. 800-430-3062.
Every great team starts with a strong defense, and the same's true in business. That's why companies trust Trend Micro for cybersecurity. From ransomware to phishing to the most advanced cyber threats, they help protect your network, your data, and your people. With over 35 years of expertise, Trend Micro has built a defensive playbook trusted by enterprises worldwide. Your business works too hard to get blindsided. Go to trendmicro.com and see how enterprise security is done right. That's trendmicro.com.
Change your grocery game plan to locally owned Century Foods, home of the best meat, freshest produce, and tastiest treats.
Now through Wednesday, save on 48-ounce selected varieties Stone Ridge ice cream, 2 for $7. 7-ounce selected varieties Banquet pot pies, 5 for $5. 4 to 6 count selected varieties Dannon multi-pack yogurt, 2 for $6. 6 to 12 count selected varieties Ice Mountain spring water, 2 for $5.
I am starving.
Oh no, never walk into a Century when you're hungry.
Unless it's free sample day. Ooh, pizza, yes. I'd love to try that one.
My husband thinks he can make a meal out of grocery store samples.
Need to wash this down. I think I see someone handing out samples in the liquor department.
Geez, can we focus on our list?
What's this?
It says you can win 2 tickets to Green Bay's home game against Chicago on December 7th.
Or autographed footballs, or a 4-pack of Green Bay Hall of Fame tickets.
You have to enter through Century's Facebook or Instagram.
I'll be entering this on my phone in the deli next to that cheese sample station.
I'm shopping at Century alone next time.
Enter by November 12th.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Before we get to Wonelli, we need to draw this week's winner of a Cousins Subs gift card from Trivia.
Wilde and Tausch Trivia is presented by Cousins Subs. Crispy chicken tenders are now available at Cousins Subs. Order today in-store at cousinsubs.com or with the Cousins app. Cousins Subs, we believe in better.
Yeah, no trivia today. Cleared the schedule to react to the Packers game.
What a pro.
All five.
Are good,
and
Jesse.
Lot
Two
of chips
reaction
in
shows this week already.
Big week for us. Big week. A lot of chips in the cheese fry helmet for our Cousins Subs gift card this week. 5 contestants eligible to win. Congratulations to Jeff in Monroe. One of the 2 Wisconsin Geography Wednesday contestants that we had as part of our Double Trivia Week. Congratulations, Jeff. You win the Cousins Subs gift card this week.
Quick question before we get to Whoa Nelly. You guys are both residents of the greater Sun Prairie Metroplex. I like to read a lot of news stories. Not all of them are big breaking news like Tom Silverstein with the torn oblique. Torn pudding that Zach Tom is dealing with. There's apparently a cat cafe in Sun Prairie called the Cat's Brew. I don't know if they serve ice cream.
Yeah, it's pretty close to my house. Yeah.
But they're celebrating, according to channel3000.com, their 1-year anniversary. So you go there and you drink coffee and like cats come around and come like sit by you and stuff?
Yes.
And then you can adopt them?
That I don't know.
Do I have enough cats to open my own?
You could probably open if they are looking to franchise, you could be a location that they would have.
I was just curious.
Yeah.
All right. Now time for Whoa Nelly.
If the topic is good, the guys discuss.
Just the other morning I had breakfast at Tracy Rocker's house. His mama brought out 15 flapjacks. He said, Mama, take back 5 of them flapjacks. I gotta stay hungry for the Crimson Tide.
But if it's not, the show must go on. It's time for
Whoa Nelly
on Wilde and Tausch.
Our friend Michelle Smallman of Unsportsmanlike on ESPN Radio is living a Wisconsin dream this week. Shows up, does Unsportsmanlike yesterday. They take a trip up to Lambeau Field, take in Packers Commanders in a great environment that has Chris Canty falling in love with the Green Bay Packers too, I heard this morning. They do their show this morning, and then Michelle Smallman, who grew up in St. Louis, gets to throw out the ceremonial first pitch before the St. Louis Cardinals Milwaukee Brewers game tonight at American Family Field.
I gotta be honest, that's great for her, and she's a prominent voice.
She wearing a Cardinals jersey?
I wouldn't imagine so. I don't think she would.
She loves the Cardinals. She'll get booed. You can't go out there wearing a Cardinals
Are you
jersey.
advocating that the fans boo Michelle Smallman when she goes out there?
If she wears a Cardinals jersey, yes.
Well, I doubt she's going to wear a Cardinals jersey if she's throwing out the first pitch at a Brewers game.
I would doubt it too, but don't you kind of have to?
I don't know. I get the impression that they'll let just about anyone throw out a first pitch these days.
That's what I've heard.
Huh.
No, if you're a Cardinals fan, like she is, the Brewers invite you. Have the Cardinals invited her to throw out a first pitch?
I don't know.
I don't know. I'd have to ask her.
So my question is, at some point, you have embraced the Green Bay Packers as your team, and it's gone swimmingly. At some point, do you just abandon the whole ship and come on over?
Wow.
Hey, water's warm. Come on, Michelle. Brewers invited you. You'd be bold. Rock the Brewers jersey. Go out there and fire out that first pitch.
All right, so in an effort
it's
to be
tough
true,
call.
Yeah,
it's tough.
To be true to yourself, if you're truly a dyed-in-the-wool Cardinals fan,
and I believe she is. Just for I believe she is.
I kind of feel like you have to, if you're gonna do this, you gotta go and you gotta get booed. You gotta get booed. You gotta take it, right?
Yes. Yeah.
It's like in Invincible when Vince Papali's girlfriend comes in wearing the Giants T-shirt, and all the fans at the vet are yelling at her.
Yeah,
really good movie, by the way. Whoa, Nelly.
Whoa, Nelly! It's not the celebratory nature I expected to be from sharing that news with you guys.
Well, Tausch makes a great point. She's a St. Louis native.
She's a Cardinals diehard
fan.
She loves the Cardinals. They're playing the Brewers.
Yeah.
And the Brewers, they're playing the Brewers tonight, right?
That is
Jesse?
correct, yes, yeah.
It's on. That's where you should plug that it's on.
7:10 first pitch on 620 WTMJ. It's actually tonight in Madison on 1670 The Zone, because we'll have Badger volleyball top 25 matchup against Georgia Tech on 100.5 ESPN.
Oh, Jesse's weekend. No going up north. Old boy's got that volleyball to do. That's funny, too, to me. I get a kick out of that. But I digress. She's got to do it. If that's what you're... I can assure you of this. If the San Diego Padres invite me out to Petco Field when the Brewers are playing, they say, "Oh, T, love what you've been doing on Lord knows what. Come on out throughout the first pitch."
On Lord knows
I ain't rocking a Padres jersey. I'm going to wear something Brewers, or I'm not going to do it. That I know.
Sounds like a feel-good Friday to me. We will wrap up the week and wrap up the show with Feel Good Friday, painted by Hallman Lindsay Paints. Next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Hot Wheels fan, are you ready for the all-new Blow and Fire? Come watch your favorite Hot Wheels monster trucks fly, crash, and smash with all new stunts and featuring the world premiere of Galasaurus with thrilling freestyle motocross and the fire-breathing robot Transaurus. Meet the Hot Wheels monster trucks up close at the pre-show party, presented by Metro by T-Mobile, sponsored by Meyer. Kids tickets are up to 50% off. Coming September 13th and 14th to Fiserv Forum in Milwaukee. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee. Want that mirror finish on your car? You need Z-Gloss by Z-Bart. Z-Gloss is a 3-layer ceramic coating that not only gives your car that mirror finish, it protects it from everything that Mother Nature can throw at it. Visit zbart.com for more information.
The Packers got a huge primetime win as they took down the Washington Commanders 27-18 on Thursday night. Tucker Kraft was the story for the green and gold offense as he had 6 catches for 124 yards and a touchdown. Here's what head coach Matt LaFleur had to say about his tight end's big game.
He's a guy that approaches the game the right way. I can't say enough great things about Tuck, but it's not only on the football field, it's every facet of life, I would say, and he's a real leader for us.
The green and gold will take the weekend off before prepping to head to Cleveland to take on the Browns.
This has been your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee.
Why Z-Bart? Because cars, trucks, and SUVs still rust. They do. Just look around the parking lot. Well, it doesn't have to happen, people. Google Z-Bart rust protection, call Z-Bart, and keep your car rust-free.
Come catch the final battle of the regular season when the Brewers host the Reds Friday, September 26th through Sunday, September 28th. We're celebrating the best fans in the game on Saturday, the 27th at Fan Appreciation Night, presented by Toyota. Plus, if you're one of the first 30,000 fans through the gates, you'll take home a Brewers tumbler giveaway too, presented by Quick Trip. Come close out the regular season with the crew. Get your seats today at brewers.com/tickets.
Crispy chicken tenders are now at Cousin Subs. Enjoy them with your favorite dipping sauce, or try them in one of our 2 new subs, Classic Crispy Chicken or Bold Buffalo Ranch Crispy Chicken. Both served on our fresh baked bread, made with quality you can taste. But hurry, these crispy favorites are only here for a limited time. Order in store, online, or on the app today. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
Huge savings on Dell AI PCs with Intel Core Ultra processors are here, and they're newly designed to help you do more faster. They can generate code, edit images, multitask without lag, draft emails, summarize documents, create live translations, and even extend your battery life. That's the power of Dell AI with Intel inside. Upgrade today by visiting Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Turn things all the way up and find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
When you've been injured, you need a winning team on your side. Gruber Law Offices will fight for the results you deserve. Call Gruber Law Offices today, a proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers. One call, that's all.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Born and raised under the rain and a
We close out the show and close out the week with Feel Good Friday, painted by Hallman Lindsay Paints. And while we talked about it a little bit earlier in the week about our good friend Matt LePay going into the Wisconsin Athletic Hall of Fame, we were unable to get that guy who did the introduction. His name's Andrew Cohen, by the way. But we've got Barry Alvarez talking about Matt LePay instead with Jesse Nelson and the boys earlier this week. Here is the coach.
About Matt LePay. I think Matt came in about the same time I did.
Yeah.
And
shortly after.
But first of all, he does you can go around the country. He's been offered jobs around the country for a number of different sports, pro and college. He likes it, loves it here. His wife loves it here. We have been very fortunate to keep Matt. There is no other voice of play-by-play guy than Matt LePay, and we are so fortunate to have him here, and particularly for the length of time that we've had him here. But he's the best, and no one deserves that honor more than him.
And someday, 40 years from now, Chris McIntosh will be retired, and he'll be saying that about Jesse Nelson and his lengthy run as the voice of the Badgers after inheriting the job from his dad when he finally retires. That is our Feel Good Friday. We love Matt LePay. We love Jesse, too.
What a jerk.
That was a nice thing that he said about him.
Yeah, it was so nice that Jason just can't finish it out. That's Jason.
Enjoy
That's
your weekend.
Ruh-roh.
We gotta go. Bye.
Miss any of today's